Yeah, man, the Titans. We are up. We have the Titan lied. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
my brother, we are here once again,
Yeah, man.
bringing lots of, love and information to our guests out there.
All
Yeah,
right.
man. Enough
So
respect to everyone tuning in tonight. Titans is here to
yeah, tonight's thing,
encapsulate all the events.
yes, man. Tonight's singing, but we want to say speedy recovery to the entertainment minister Babs Grange. Because say that because we don't see the fourth minister
Yeah, man.
because we see this. Yeah, we see this. So she was
Speed
to that.
recovery, Babsy.
Yeah. We just not we not put up him said emergency admit her in the ICU. Yeah, yeah. All right. So we just say speedy recovery. Cause when we do that, we deal with it in human being with responsibility.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We have to be like that, responsible citizens
All right. We could start
and
the show
showing
now.
showing concern for everyone.
We could start the show. Titans knocking in. Yeah, man.
Blessing.
Yes, my brother. Wagwan mistake.
Light, what's up?
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
All right, Titan boss, pick up yourself. All
I am
right.
up. I am up. Yes, man. But we call hey people. A real superhero them around here, so not a superhero, a superhero.
All
Around
right.
here, we have the superheroes, the Titans. See, keep it real and honest on here. Hey, I don't know, forwarding, but I want to knock it on them, right? Them have a big buck, them
Yeah.
have a big drug boss in
Yeah.
a even deal, right? Them not release none yet.
Yeah.
CBLA, CB, yeah, man. CBBLA, no release the name, because I'm tell about them and this and that. But what me I say, on a real note, at times for the government of Jamaica, when you're booking people, that means you're not change up some people. When you're booking people who want some mugshot or something, because that $12 billion worth of thing, or 76 million US what a cocaine them find. Cocaine is a dangerous thing. They say. So when you're booking people who want to see that, because you see some of the people them sometimes like through an uptown thing and them friend and them thing there, a friend of member of government and big boys, them always try to play around the thing and Jamaica turn a real coke port in a brother. It's a coke oven. The jugs up. The amount of jugs them find in a Jamaica, jugs in a Jamaica right now, it's unbelievable. We are calling US for raid Jamaica. Same like them drop a raid uptown and then I get to Because me I telling you, if you raid up there and enough of the houses them up there, the amount of coke stuck up in a ceiling you find it unbelievable. Right? Me I tell you about I call one of the name of the people them where you have Bailey. I call him alias. Right? I call out him alias. I have to do that. Yes, I'm Mystic. What you say about it? Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. So, people, as it relates to what Lonesome is talking about, right, with that big drug bust there, it is one of the largest finds so far in Jamaica. And we have seen recent patterns as it relates to you understand, several similar situations where, of course, drugs come into the country. You have situation where plane land, right? And you know, people just bail from the plane and nothing, right? No sign of the black box to tell what was the communication like or whatever. And obviously, it has been covered, right, by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. You understand? Obviously, all these situations is just a sign in saying that, you know, the big wigs are involved. One of the things lied, right,
Yeah.
and where I am very much concerned about, right, because we know some politicians involved, you know. We're not going up, we're not mince no word. We know that politicians involved, but even right now, we are actually getting some information, but, you know, we just don't want to dig into certain information yet until we clarify those information. You know, we learn some work, you know, mystic sensation work, you know, light work. You understand? We prefer, even when time we are receiving the intel, we prefer to verify, clarify, not like them and those who, you understand, them get some information and show them one views and run and push it out without proper investigation. This is not how we operate. This is not how the Titans operate. So although information, right, is coming in, what we need to do with those information is to verify them. So of course, I know that Wayne will be doing some verification, right, on the issue at hand, right. I also will be doing some verification. Live will be doing some verification. Aromatic will be forwarding later. He also will be doing some verification to make sure that the information that we are passing on to our people getting valid information as it relates to propaganda, because we're going to run propaganda around here. You understand? Facts and 100% facts we deal with. So one of the things that I worried about, Wayne, is how these politicians that involve, right, how some of that money may break down in using for campaign support.
Exactly.
Because at this time are going away. You understand? And that's why you find that these recent things, it goes to tell you as it relates to the Andrew Holness-led government. Right, look here, everything being suppressed. SSL being suppressed, you can't get nothing from SSL. You understand? FinSac report, finish, it's suppressed. You can't get nothing about the FinSac report. Drugs, I mean, Jamaica becomes a drug transshipment point, right? The amount of drugs that traffic through, you understand? Even when some of the drug barons, them being arrested, right? You find it said, you understand, first news came out, they reported one thing, and then a couple of weeks, they report another thing as it relates to X amount of drugs and money was found. Then on the next news spread, right, to see that money reduced and that drugs reduced. Corruption after corruption. And so then we, the people, we have to make sure that we stay alert, stay focused, and make sure, say, we target this corrupted government. And I heal back, right? Lyde, what you have to say?
Well, I just want to, you know, endorse what you say as it relates to the upsurge in activities in contraband in Jamaica. And I mean, it's no rocket science.
No.
As you pinpoint the source and objective of what we can, you know, put our finger on.
Yes.
The upsurge in these drugs shipment into Jamaica. It is there to pilferage certain activity from the government side. We know that the general election is just around the corner next year. And so we know election takes funding. And if people cast the memory back to SSL, SSL was an entity that money was not being used for its intended purpose. It was used to splash all about, to do all type of activities. So SSL crashed, and after SSL, coke started flood the place in exorbitant amount.
True.
No small shipment not coming anymore. Huge shipment as it relates to content weight and value, street value. Now, the hierarchies that be the Jamaica Constabulary Force as a very corrupted senior personnel as it relates to crime. The acting commissioner of police, Bailey, he has been tampering with all of these investigations by going silent, going underground with the real issues at hand. Now, as it relates to the finding yesterday in Evandale, I mean, if you apprehend 5 persons on a premises that had this amount of contraband, I cannot see under the sun why these people identity are being withheld as it relates to what Bailey said, pending further investigation. Are you, Bailey, let me ask you the question. Are you trying to ascertain these men's name by asking question? Or are these men in your custodian at the moment? So you should have the name them. So if it's even the name, and you make sure know you do a data thing with them photograph, because which part of the car them going up? And here the sea coast. Then here 1 year strip.
Like,
so we don't want to swap. We don't want to swap out thing one because we don't know them identity.
Like,
I want to push them out.
Sorry.
Yes,
sorry.
go ahead, Mr.
There's permission to intervene, right? Now I am going to give you my experience, right, as it relates to, you know, me being a police officer, right, in the early 90s, Jamaica Constabulary Force. Now, for Bailey to come out and, you know, say that, okay, the names have been withheld, right? Well, he may withheld those names, right, as it relates to might be, you know, to get certain intel and to preserve certain information. But let me just say to you that he would have gotten all the information, you understand, because they are currently in his custody. And
Yes.
when you're in custody, you have to process, you understand, before you get into custody. And process simply means that these accomplices, right, they have to give their names, they have to give their appropriate addresses, right? They have to give any form of communication, you understand, that attached to them as it relates to maybe telephone number, whatever information that the police can get from them. This is a big drug bust. This is one of the, as a matter of fact, this is the largest drug bust, you understand, in the history of Jamaica drug bust. The largest. So
Yes.
then it is a very serious case. The fact of the matter, right? We have to now put Bailey under pressure to make Bailey understand that social media is watching. Social media is watching. I don't know if we remember this case where they this drugs baron that they were looking for, right? They went to the house, right? They found drugs and cash. And what they had done, Wayne, was to report that they found X amount of drugs and cash.
Yeah.
And then the next news item that we hear, you understand, in reference of that find, was that the drugs reduced and the cash reduced.
The cash, yes.
Right.
That's the one in Mobile.
Yes.
Yes.
So we want people to be aware, be cognizant, you understand, of the modus operandi as it relates to Bailey, right, who in charge of these investigations, or these investigation process under Bailey. I mean, some serious mistakes, some serious error. At one point in that particular case, they reported, right, that they caught the culprit. And then the next news item is that wasn't the culprit. Now,
Make us something to that.
Yes.
So first said, we can't tell you say 20 million was there. I mean, I talk from inside sources. So when them come and say 5 million and then it reduce at 3 or something like that, was 20. And by the way, that man, they do on one of the, I would say the minister, and laugh them a laugh when them attack them what one bag of thing, everything just dead. You know what I'm saying? You're not born no case or nothing. Yes. That's how everything we get around that. Because you understand the ego story, you know. And I tell you, I call one of the name, I call one of the alias name. Come more like workers, you know, because one of the man them in a this Avondale thing, and a film jokes. Right? Him just get deep 2 months ago. 2 months ago, him get deep. But you have no place, him just get it. Now have no place to go. So you know you have some people who watch it because of the big boy, I think them. Him are one of them. And we can't tell you, so them call him trees. Bailey, remember me this with the eagle, you know.
Yeah,
So
the eagle too.
2 months ago. I'm gonna go check it. So you know it's not a film thing. Yes? I remember we have other things, but I'm gonna try first to Bailey to me the side of you. You know what it all my work? Eh? Yes, you come out with it yesterday, I can't tell you this. You get the 2 months ago, them call him tree. Let me show you the next one where them have right now him. This is where him have up there, so and it's a whole ringing wagwan. Like me tell them, say them search them house shall go up in the north because the amount of drugs them find unbelievable. All right, you see the one, the captain youth and the one them where them they catch in a in the waters with around 400 key, but them on go find them there.
Yes.
Well, yes. All right. Him run like the captain, see me, but them have him upside, him a corporate, see me?
Yes.
You see me?
All right, yeah.
Him a corporate right now. Yeah. So we know so them have him up there. And in that like from Bahamas to one, you know, I'm doing thing over there and what have you. So, you know, so it's a big ring. Big boys them behind this completely.
Yeah.
Understand? Yes. Yes. Yes, mistake.
Yeah, man. So, you know, fast tracking back to the conversation we have. Fitzbailey has made some catastrophic mistake in the job that he hold at the moment. And Fitzbailey, these mistakes surely gonna land you in prison. No doubt. Because your transparency is lacking. It is just pointing all the way down the road of corruption. You're covering up every major crime in Jamaica. So I want you to understand that, as Mystic just said, social media is watching.
Exactly.
The entire world is watching. Government officials around the world, those major countries such as America, Canada, UK, Europe, even down in Australia.
Yes.
Them a watch you, man. Them a watch everything we're not going with.
Exactly.
Because no police force can have so much backlog, a high profile crime as it relates to drugs, contraband, and guns, and can't solve them.
Yeah.
Yeah? Them thing they have to solve. Yeah, man, them thing they have to solve. Because under no circumstance can a country run with the type of level of security that we say come from under your administration. So we just want you know, if you never know, the entire world will watch your behavior pattern.
Exactly.
So be careful of yourself.
All right.
I yield back to the panel.
Welcome, Mrs. Beautiful Smile.
Well,
Thank you.
Long time no see. Wonder if you have been migrated somewhere, but you know, good to see you and see your lovely smile.
Thank you.
You know,
So took a minute off of social media for focus on some school, you know.
All right.
We're just talking about the drug boss, the big drug boss, right?
Yes.
And you notice in the state when them all about anything you have a mug shot and them put you up.
Right.
Now, when they touch get to youth, if you hold them with even a pound of weed, you see them and
right.
Them up and do all kind of things to them address everything. You want them with a one thing, you hold them with a goat, you want to kill them and everything. Or you have a big drug boss like this, It's oh, me I investigate, stop the foolishness. In the state, they might do your mug shut and put you up everything, they might arrest you. And then them cut deal with you because you know you have face 100 years and them I say, look here, give me the bigger man them for this now. How much million this, how much million what I judge? 76 million. But you go what for 100 years, no more wife, no more sweetheart, no more nothing at all. Yes, the next man that I'm thinking I start getting nervous. Well, we can't cut a deal. Give me who I want and we cut it. We get some time, but you know you have time for your wife now and everything. Him sing
Exactly.
like them turn opera singer. You never know. Instead of Jamaica do that, fixed Bailey will come up because the drug boss to inside
People
information
see it.
of the same member, some politician within the JLP.
Yeah.
So him like cover up this, you know. You should have come to try to deal with your name and some other people if it was something else. See, run out with it and no business. When
Right.
you can't make him support some people. Now the work. You understand?
Yeah,
That's other things before. So we
Yeah.
know so one of the youth them, him just coming like him not have nowhere to go. Me just tell Fix Bailey, him get the 2 months ago, them call him trees and him up there, so me know you're going with him. So me just call out one of them alias to show you some of the side of you know Fix Bailey. Nobody play with me, you know. You understand? Him a more politician more than anything else, you know.
We know.
Yes.
And we hear say the former police commissioner about to get a big appointment.
Oh,
But what,
So we
him
know
is-
says politics them playing. Yeah, just
Yeah.
wait for it. It will come soon.
that's Google Gaga coming up.
Yes.
I said, man, yeah, man, them want to throw him somewhere where him can't swim. A deep
Yeah.
water.
them a
Him
cannot-
can't swim there, so. The man one of the ass them can't swim, you know, because you know ass can't swim. But the ass said them will drown as him touch the water, because them water they bigger on him. So
Well-
make them take him and make a fool of himself more than the fool that him was in Jamaica.
Amen.
Mm.
Well, you obviously know from you said that you know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, man, away I say Kamla, man.
Yeah.
We
So
know
you
him destination bound, man.
Like, you know, so I don't get that enough now. Washington, every minute we got to do something.
All right. Because the animal down there, the stray animal down
Oh
there.
my.
I remember I'm film head easy to identify, you know. Film head, you can't
Exactly.
miss it anywhere you go. And him show up, you see him. And him
Yeah.
braid different, you know. Him not braid like the regular ass. Yeah, man, him have to
Indeed.
pause. Him have to pause when him have braid, you know. I don't know if him have respiratory problem.
I saw.
But I tell you something, Lyle. In spite of this, as it relates to the series of drug busts, right, that occurred in Jamaica, and where Fitz Bailey, right, leadership is not resulting in any form of serious conviction. The other day, we have seen some people get so-called convicted, and that is definitely a joke. That is definitely a joke in terms of the amount of time that these people receive as a result of the seriousness of the situation. But let me just tell the people and remind the people how Fitz Bailey is extremely political, and how, as it relates to what Light said earlier, that Fitz Bailey has been covering up a lot of serious crime in Jamaica, covering and preserving the status quo of Jamaica Labour Party, right? Criminal organization. So let you piggyback on some issues here, just to point the facts. That means they can't say that we are accusing them. Number one, when we look at Patrick Bailey case, the clear evidence that would suggest that, okay, the police would have to take Patrick Bailey under some serious interrogation as it relates to the investigation, that Patrick Bailey was the last person who had seen the deceased person. The last person. Number two, right? I mean, within the dwelling of Patrick Bailey, right, there was no tampering, no sign of tampering, right, as it relates to someone breach whatever security lock to get inside and inflict, right, such harm to Jermaine, right, as it relates to taking his life. Now, that is number two, show you that. All the evidence pointing on Patrick Bailey, you understand, to say, yes, you need to be interrogated. To the mere fact, Jamaica, that Patrick Bailey, you understand, can go on with him shenanigans and not being investigated, right? It tells you a lot about the person who leading the investigation. That is number one in the people. Let me tell you, number two. When we look on the SSL case and the primary person that they were trying to prosecute, right, which is Gene and Pantan, we know that Gene and Pantan cannot move them sort of money there. No way, no shape, no
Impossible.
It is impossible. Impossible. Now, but let us look. Let us look. Remember that SSL would have their yearly internal audits. You understand? And so the yearly internal audits, you understand, would never miss, right? Those
Transaction.
those variances, would never miss those variances, right? That the internal audit system should have caught it. The reason why the internal audit system, right, doesn't pick that up is because the head was involved. No, but let us seal the deal now. We have Gene and Pantan said, okay, look, let me speak the truth. What I said to the police officers earlier, what I said to the investigators about me doing all of this and doing all of that, I actually lied. The truth, be told, is that my boss, which is Croskery, told me what to say. Now, how we go from there? In any modern democracy, any modern democratic country, the police would have said, okay, all right, I want a written statement from you based on what you just said. Now, when they collected the statement, right, then of course, they would have now gone to Croskery and have serious questions as it relates to Croskery. Because me as an investigator, right, if Gene and Pantan told me that, look, okay, it is you, Croskery, who told me what to say, right? I am going to ask Gene and Pantan, right, as it relates to, explain to me as it relates to how the internal audit system of SSL, right, was not able, right, to see this, right? So Gene and Pantan now is, would be given the opportunity to say one of the reasons why is that, okay, all right, we created 2 books, right? One to mislead the clients of SSL. So what happened when the clients were putting their money in SSL, right? They would have this particular, right, document, right, that would that mean if any one of the clients said, okay, I need to check my account, it was easy for them now to show them that, fabricate that, right, and show them that information. So then
Blessed.
So people would be blessed arrow. People would be wondering how Bolt did not find out until 2021. The reason why
No sound.
out was to the fact
I don't know what's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah,
can
man,
hear?
loud and clear, man.
We hear you,
Mike
man.
again.
We're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Right, yeah, man. Arrow.
So
Arrow.
the
Right, yeah. Let me text him.
maybe him not hear it.
Nah,
It's on his
Are you
end.
hearing
His
me
end
now?
is the issue.
Hold on.
The issue is on his end.
Text
Tell him to
Arrow.
log out and log back in.
Yeah, man.
Tell him to log out and log back in.
Man. Can you hear me now?
Yes, two of you now, Arrow.
Can you hear me now, Arrow?
Arrow, we have a double entry video.
No, I hear nothing.
Oh, plug in your phone. Yeah, what you doing now? Let me tell you something. Oh, yeah, man. May I hear you, man? May I hear you?
Yeah, but we have to two Arrow. Arrow.
Yeah, I'm drug out. Yeah,
Okay,
man.
good enough. Yeah, you know, Arrow?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Like him still having issues.
Lock off your phone, turn it on back, and then turn it on, and then like come in back here. Yeah, man, got you.
Yeah. So then, the reason why Bolt and other clients did not catch on to all of that, right, as it relates to them checking up on their account, right, from a year-to-year basis, right, would be to the fact that SSL utilizing two books. And so then, then what happened is that the bank reconciliation account, right, would be reflecting one thing, while SSL account is reflecting a next thing. So between the bank reconciliation account, right, and SSL reports, right, they are inconsistent, totally inconsistent. Now, the thing is, they created a double system inside SSL. So if Wayne Lonesome said, okay, all right, Wayne Lonesome would be following certain statement and might be one day, you know, proceed to the office and say, okay, all right, let me check upon what I have there. They could readily able to show Wayne Lonesome that, okay, the 17 million that you lodge, yeah, here is the 17 million, you understand, and blah, blah, blah. So when Wayne Lonesome look on that, you understand, nothing wrong. You understand, because Wayne Lonesome have his report, you understand, of that 17 million. But that is how
matching them book with them have, with them show.
What them have. But where the problem lies is that the bank reconciliation account, you understand, is not showing that. Right? So then simply means that what SSL has done, when SSL collect the money, right, majority of that money diverted away from the bank. It did not go into the bank system. That's why it is not recording in the bank system. And so then the bank reconciliation account, right, does not have that. And so then, as it relates to the bank reconciliation account and SSL account, you have to have an inconsistencies, because the money that SSL was processing, you understand, wasn't going directly to the bank system. What they take the money and do, you understand, is there where the corruption lies. So then now, Gene and Panther now, me as an investigator now, Gene and Panther now would have to tell me, you know, how that work, how they work that. You understand? Where did the money go? You understand? Because the bank, remember the bank reconciliation account, you understand, as it relates to tracking and doing SSL internal checks and
auditing.
Still not hearing anything from you guys.
But you're good.
We are hearing you loud and clear.
I don't know why.
Well on, man.
Okay, what on there, Arrow. Go up on your something there. Go up on your mic system. You're logging from a laptop?
You can't hear me?
Remember, I'm not hearing you now, so I'm not going to hear what you're saying to him.
Type this to him, Lonesome. That if he log in on his laptop, right, go on his speaker, just click on his speaker, right, and try to have it reboot. Just send that to him.
Yeah. All right.
So that is one of the reasons why the FSC, the Financial Service Commission, when they carried out the audit on SSL, you understand? That was what they saw. The seriousness. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
Now,
Man.
I'm discussing SSL to say that, okay, all right, the Constitution of Jamaica, right, had given Jamaica Constabulary Force, right, the legal rights to investigate any institution in Jamaica. There's nothing can stop them. That the Jamaica Constabulary Force can start any investigation, right? And so then also the DPP can start any investigation. So the big question is, right? Obviously, the DPP is not interested into SSL case. Fitz Bailey is not interested. And the reason why they are not interested, because clearly, it is a corrupted government.
Yeah.
They are corrupted. You understand? And so then, let me predict something. This new drug boss, what is going to happen? You're going to see that within the next 2 or 3 months, everything will slowly dissipate.
Yes.
Trust me. Remember some time.
But it's already on the hush because we're not hearing nothing much about it.
There you go. It is going to happen because the corruption as it relates to this government is very serious. It is very serious. You know what? Let me rest and give the Empress, you understand, a moment of her time to, you understand, dialogue with us. Kamala, you're on.
Yes, man, I'm here. Boy, to tell you the truth, I've been so buried in my work that I haven't even had the opportunity to catch up. I heard a little bit about this drug bust. I saw a story from I believe Big Mama. Them put out a little small release about a drug bust. However,
Yeah.
what I am curious about is was anybody detained?
5.
5 people, and they haven't named these 5 people who were detained.
No.
Oh, okay. So, well, we know that you are the man in the you are like the wind, you know,
Yeah, man.
Sir Lonesome. So we know,
Yeah.
say you have the information,
Yeah, man. Yeah, them.
right? But I am not really surprised, though. You know, nothing this government does surprises me these days. I mean, poor Miss Babsy, she now look like Mark Golden sent up her pressure. She end up in hospital. No, I'm not saying for a woman a minute that I'm happy or whatever that she's in the hospital, but I find it so odd that immediately after she put out a press release, the next hour, within the next hour, we hear so she admits up a hospital. You know,
Yes.
so I find that very odd because apparently what's in up her pressure is the fact, according to her, the comrade leader Mark Golden taking credit for what is happening, taking credit for what is happening with the Beanie and Bounty getting the national award. You understand? But it is well documented that Mark Golding actually put in an application.
I'm going to show some. So
Yeah, there were his 2 nominees. He nominated
Yes,
them.
he nominated them. He's the one that nominated them. So I find it very odd that Miss Lady sent up her blood pressure over this. I mean, this is nothing to get sick over. You understand?
But
It
Kamala,
just showed it just showed the level of selfishness that these people have who are in
No,
charge
you
and
see the
running
thing
Jamaica.
about it, you know, they don't want to admit that they are not the ideators. You understand? They don't want anybody else to get the credit for anything but themselves. As a matter of fact, from last year, when Wayne Marshall was awarded, Mark Golding came out and said, "Why not Beanie and Bounty?" from last year.
There you
This
go.
is why. And the thing about it is, Mark Golding didn't even really make a release. Mark
No.
Golding, it was Bounty Killer who actually commended Mark Golding for
Yes.
being the nominee.
yes.
You understand? It was Bounty Killer who actually gave Mark Golding his flowers. So I don't understand why the minister got sick over this, you know. But
All
I
right. So
mean,
you
I
can-
wish
you
her
can-
a speedy
you can-
recovery.
You
Well,
can
I
see
wish
this.
her a speedy recovery.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's not just the award, you know, it could be the activity that we saw on stage with the Chinese having some whale of a time.
Man.
Exhibit,
But read and just read.
Okay.
can see
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see it.
Hold on. All right.
Like this, let's show
you
them
want me to read it, Wayne?
Come on, go on. See it? Look at this.
Yes. All right. Steady it now.
It's steady.
Headline
man,
in
we're
the
reading
media
it.
on Tuesday, the 6th of August 2024. Nomination should be submitted and the nomination forms which should be completed in accordance with the note and guidelines for nomination as attached to the form. The deadline for submission is Sunday, the 31st March 2024. Completed nomination forms should be sent to the Secretary General, Chancery of the Order of the Societies of Honor, Office of the Prime Minister, 1 Devon Road, Kingston 10.
Okay. So this is what you have to do. You have to
To
submit
get the
it.
award.
Yes, yes. So you have to submit it and not him submit it. So when you come out, you must say, Miss, you must say, yes, Arrow. Can you hear me now?
Bless up, Papa and running.
Bless up. You hearing?
Alright.
Loud and clear. All right, my brother.
Loud and clear.
Good, good.
Respect.
Welcome, Sir Arrow.
Blessed Camilla, Mystic Light, Father Lonesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We
One
can't
love, brother.
we can't afford the man who have the big old 45 Colt, you know, because we have to bust it tonight. All right.
One of them thing, you know?
Let's hope it no rusty like someone who see them at exhibit recently.
All right. Like how Arrow just come in. Make we just make Arrow say something now.
Before I say something, I'm going to show them this. I'll show them this because with that, see when see the nomination form were submitted in February by Mark Golding.
Put it on the big screen so we can see.
Put it on the big screen, Wayne.
Yeah, remember that flick it across there.
So one of the people them for know say.
So remember that, yeah, look.
All right. The nomination forms were submitted in February by Mark Golding. The subcommittee can't accept or deny a recommendation if a nomination is not submitted. How did they decide long before? How did he politicize it? Right? They postuled and told him, thank you. All right. So the world knows that I'm happy with that.
Yes.
The world knows. But you know what? Let me just say something there, before Arrow jump in. And just make a reference to Kamala's point as it relates to why Babsy Grange would have taken them sick. You understand? So, Kamala, it is obvious why Babsy Grange would have taken them sick, you know. Let me tell you why Babsy Grange would have taken them sick. Bounty killer influence, right, in Jamaica is large enough. So you have one large influence, you understand, that may endorse Mark Golding, Beanie Man again,
Beanie Man, all of them.
Internationally large. So when you look at those endorsements that going to come in, Arrow said something.
But I have a question before you move on. Oh, them big friend Vegas never get nothing.
No,
that is my burning issue. How comes none of them never have the fortitude to nominate him? Him supposed to feel a way. Yeah.
He was the right master with her, you know, you was Sunday when I get free.
Well, I mean,
He's
if I
supposed
just
to feel a way.
Yes.
Recent event has, you know, let them change their mind because you feel award a widow. Can't award a black widow nothing, man.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right. So Arrow, jump in, Arrow. Jump in. Who are you, Arrow?
I'm just saying, you know, that's the labor, right? That's how they stay, you know, they copy.
Exactly.
And this is the thing I don't like. That's what Andrew Holness started with. You know, he bashed Michael, and he did not want to give Michael his credit. You know what I mean? Until Mark Golding said he's the baby father for ideas, so the PMP must give him the idea. But anytime PMP give them the idea, they use it like for the JLP ideas and don't give people credit as they deserve. Now, when you look at the Prime Minister and he's standing at the middle, because you have to watch what they go on, you know, they're wounded and they're wounded like a wounded dog, and the things them what they take place in the media is not on the labor right side. You understand? So they are trying to get this moment, even when time Mark Golding when they come in, I don't know if nobody noticed it, the sound system. The sound system when the man they come in at the arena, it not full. Like when Andrew Wellness they come, them turn up the mic and everything project. So when the crowd start nice, you hear them good. You know, them little things that we are talk about. Everybody was
No, but it's worse than that, you know, because when he actually came, TVJ actually cut the feed and went on. It actually went on a break. A lot of people, my aunt messaged me about it. I didn't see it myself, but I was told by quite a few people that they actually cut the feed.
Yeah, the thing is so petty.
Which is highly not just petty, but just disrespectful. It's just so thoughtless, and they think people don't notice these things, and that is what is killing them. The fact that people see these things, because my aunt is not a political person, but she noticed it. You understand?
We sit down and we are watch them, you know, and we have people out there with keen eyes who is watching them like a hawk and letting us know. But if you notice the Prime Minister, what he was trying to come across here, he's trying to come across the Bob Marley, Eddie, Michael, Andrew, Beanie, Bunty. Now the maker. He want to pull off that kind of imagery, like hold up 2-man hand because it's 2 giants in the dance hall who, yes, and Andrew do this and Andrew do that and Andrew gave them this. Well, the matter of the fact is that if it was for Andrew, no, they never get it, bro.
That's true.
Is there no for that?
Well, they admitted it, you know. They are the one, they admitted it, so that's why Babsy takes it.
They have been there and they did not. When they give a Wayne Marshall over a Bunty and a Beanie. And remember, so then take one man from Trinidad and give him one night time to him.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah, man.
You understand? So there is no way Bunty and Beanie, the Jamaica Labour Party, would honor if I never Mark Golden.
Exactly.
Request for no get it, brother. Someone just want to understand and watch the game what they play. Don't get distracted. Don't stay focused. You understand what I say? It's a man who they deal with the grassroots and know the grassroots people. Him grew up around the ghetto and him no migrate from it. And that's why the PSOJ.
And remember, he was highly involved in music as well.
Yeah. But that's why the PSOJ and Jamaica, the higher echelons in general don't like Mark Golden. You know, if you understand what I'm going, you know. Anytime you rally around the poor, and them see that there is someone springing up who is going to help the poor, it is a problem to them. And that is the reason why Mark Golden is getting so much fight from the PSOJ and the upper echelons of Jamaica. Because they want with it turn down in the slum.
Exactly.
You could not have said it better. You could not have said it better.
You know.
Let me show you when I come in, when Mark is coming. I'll show you the mistake, the big. Hey, the Prime Minister, you know, we have never shown us some things that the Prime Minister, you know, him flap the world with the misinformation when he hand over the thing to be in Bounty. And this is not very low because him should have known you're born and going to Jamaica. And him says something, don't make it miss, you know. I'm not showing him right now, but correct him yesterday and I'll correct him again today. But I'm showing him Mark Golden when I'm going when them cut off. Yeah? So I'm going to show you that. I'm not 3 things about this. But we're going to talk about the cut off there. Right? I'm going to find the cut off. All right, see ya. And then I'll find the 2 things.
Mr. Golding is the only son of the late Professor John Golding, in whose honor the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center in Capine, St. Andrew, was named. He is an attorney, an investment banker by profession. He has also served as senator for some 10 years. 2007 to 2017, and as Minister of Justice for 4 years, 2012 to 2016. He is the Member of Parliament for South St. Andrew. Please welcome Mr. Mark Jefferson Golding, Leader of the Opposition.
Mike, louder than.
That's supposed to frighten them.
Yeah. I get it back when I go to the light, the mic, louder than. That's all. Yes. You hear that? So I'm make sure the man attack, I hear the people in my screen. I'm play it back.
2017, and as Minister of Justice for 4 years, 2012 to 2016. He is the Member of Parliament for South St. Andrew. Please welcome Mr. Mark Jefferson Golding.
You hear the screen, but you hear earth sound to the mic. You don't hear the screen up more, don't?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yes.
Hear it. Yeah, that's a one. But I'm going to show you the Prime Minister now. I'm going to show you, this is not a blunder. The Prime Minister knows nothing about the music and the culture. I'm misinformation, this and this is the law. Hear this. I'm going to show him something. Hear this.
Balls and no to iconic high dolls.
These two gentlemen
Listen.
have created a music genre we wish to acknowledge.
So I'm going to stop it there, right there, so. Honest. Me attack, you know. No, you say about I'm going to Spanish Town and thing. Bunty and Beanie never create no music genre. Never.
And they have never said that either. But him setting them up because they never said that either.
No, I'm going to tell him. No, none of them say. Them good, man. Bunty good and Beanie good. Listen. Him, me sure say no, not as a prime minister. Where him get this from? This is misinformation. No, if you have some kids or some people are listening this, they may feel so okay, the prime minister speaks, so it's correct. It's not correct. Him say man after misinformation. This is misinformation. Because if I clash him attack, me attack about Prince Buster, but me know we used to sell record on a film thing in a sell like when we press record, I sell record to film shop. Him mother and I shop at him. So we know him good. Derek Morgan, we know good. We do a lot of work with him, still alive. And you remember when I talk about you said the time the greatest I am a blazing fire. I'll be a clash tune of thing. You go back to IRI and Jasbo, and then you have more people that clash. You understand? People who we know same way. Not the 70s. Them there from 70s. You understand? You know, Jasbo dead and IRI dead too.
Yeah.
And then him comes to them create a genre music, dancer and being them in the 90s. Look at them people at the dancer. We think General Equan, what them do. Come right up early and everything. We not dancer by DJ Pants on the 80s. When get this from for prime minister, or him get this around, this a goddamn shame.
These two gentlemen have created a music genre we wish to acknowledge.
They're not creating no music genre. I want to win.
But the,
goddamn sinful and sinful. And it's misinformation should have come correct it.
if that's the case, that means this a Binny and Bunch is supposed to be about 80 yard.
Yeah.
But you know them get it wrong and that's
Yeah, it's wrong because
Wait, hold on, let me say something. Because we just catch him, you know. We just catch him to show that this man is a hypocrite. Now, if that is the case, as it relates to what he believes, that Bunty and Beanie Man created dancehall genre. My question, how him know that and gave Wayne Marshall the OJ before the money?
I'm not push it. Me just tell him say him so wrong. You have early.
You are so right.
You know. Me I say me chicken and smile. Me I say much man in a dancehall now. Dancehall come you know we have the sound and we have DJ and the sound the man go everywhere. And you know the whole of the 80s will be a dancehall, the whole of the 90s come up. Look how much man clash when
Super chat. Shine.
Listen, so everybody. So
Shabba ranks.
Come on now. Him can make this as a prime
Tiger.
minister.
Exactly.
But hold on, no. Make I just say something. Hold on, make I just say something. We used to have clash from jukebox days, you know.
Yes, man.
Because back in the time, you know, when we have Big Youth and Trinity and them man there, you know, we go punch them record, you know, 2 away and a man a punch the man there and a man a punch. A clash same way.
Yes.
And the man that was long before these in the 90s. So, you know, cause Big Youth and them man there from the 70s are come down and
70s.
Yes.
You understand? So, Andrew Wallace always use them platform here to reiterate in political influence because that's all them do. PR. And him
Yeah.
feel like him are the brightest scholar in Jamaica because him are the chief civil servant prime minister. And one of the dunces thing this ever come in front of it.
Try
This
remember,
a
try
real dunce
remember,
head.
say, try and remember that his nickname in hall name and campus was what? Backward. You
What the
don't call
dunces
bright
thing this?
backward. You don't call bright people backward enough. So
No.
This are the dunces prime minister to emerge in a Jamaica landscape of politics. This not have no sense.
amen.
Because I'm not doing no research and we have a work with him, nah serve him well.
True.
Well, him done tell us that the country not running well. I rest my case and heal back to the panel.
No. This is a goddamn embarrassment, you know. Not true at all. Fin was, you know, them in the 90s, up the 90s, middle 90s come up and them are sing and go on. And this man don't know this. Him saying ban, you know. Remember you have prison oval when them keep enough for the biggest dance, them have a prison oval.
All right. Yeah, man.
And you
No,
know,
no, but the picture I said some call it Spanish town. I will no.
Me go rock it to that rock. Oh, you mean Arrow?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So this man come with a goddamn shame for your prime minister. Eh? And you have some people listening to this and it class saying, nobody not correct them not talk about it. It couldn't be in the state them facts check you. A fact check you, man. It's a factual. Your prime minister create a genre.
It is right. It just show, you know, this man just tell life it no him tell life it look good. And what them do, you know, a lot of people don't know to, you know, when this a part of them playbook, you know. A lot of people don't know these things. And when him set things and put you out there, this man still have a lot of followers. And people are believing what this man is saying. So it is good for, you know, platform like yours and all of us who is here that when they come and they say something that is not factual, right away we can rebut it. And that is their biggest problem right here now. Because remember a couple of years back, they did not have this. So they get away with anything that they say. But now it's a new day. So as they say something and it's not factual, rebut it and put it out there. And most of the time when you did and Camel and Mystic, myself did out there, then you see in a couple of minutes, they might try to back up themselves and put something out there different. You understand? Because they was not looking for that kind of push, but they believe that they was going to have this joy ride like how they used to have in the past. But it's a new day dawning. And with people like you around here, you know, that's always expose him. And people is just taking this man on a daily basis for just a liar. He's just a liar, bro. Trust me.
People don't have to take him for a liar. He's a liar.
Yes.
He's a liar. Well, Arrow, kudos to what you just said, but just let me just endorse it a bit. Now we have evidence to show you that Andrew Holness is a man with just operate off of the cuff. You understand? And most of the time he make decision without investigate or proper research. And as a prime minister who been at the helm of the country, you have to be careful when you put information out there because you're the prime minister. And let me show you two critical evidence. The first critical evidence that really flopped the prime minister is when the prime minister went to St. Catherine, hit down the people them house, and said the clansman them, you understand, they sell land to these people, right? And wish, after he said that, to show you that he did not do any investigation, the police officers investigate after, and what happened? It was the school principal who associated with him, same one, Andrew Holness. It is the school principal who, you understand?
He's supposed to shame like dog.
But I tell you something, Kamala. I know he has not come out and apologize to clansman. Now look on the second big mistake. When you look on Peanut Dread, you understand, you get intel on this man. You know, research the intel. You understand? But you already know to call this man ambassador. And you are talking about children should follow this man. When Peanut Dread.
No, but he wants people to follow that man. You think him cares that the man is a criminal?
Just get.
I'm going to play it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're
I
right.
have to laugh, you know, brother.
Hold on there, bit sick. The
Yeah.
man send him research, but him send listening. So you have a whole and the media, this it's frightening. The local media don't come out and say the prime minister, then you listen him, you want to really talk to the citizens of the country, they talk to the kids them of the country. Him for motivate them when him say cut people short, I'm at a peanut with there.
Come on, the prime minister gets run down.
Byron,
Yes.
Byron, you know, say when you touch Klansman
Yes.
and the principal,
Yes.
I can't put my neck on the block tonight. So there is no way with them the kind of money they when they make an Andrew Wellness name they get none out of it.
Are you
Of
right?
course, I get. You're right, Arrow. Because what I know, Arrow. What on it?
was representing the SCG.
Yes.
This principal, you know, this principal is so close to Andrew Wellness. She can't hold in him nose, you know. The way him nose big, you know, brother.
Yeah, man, two
But him no know
garage
say, him no know say she do them land transaction there, you know. Him run out and say a Klansman. But when it come to light, him still don't apologize to Klansman. And I know this principal no brought to justice because we not see nothing that case that like them drown it over causeway. I don't know where I go on.
Because from day one, you know, it's not that he did not know that it was the principal, you know. He know that it is the principal doing it, you know. Because Andrew Wellness is a part of it, you know. Remember, say, him there on picture, the principal there on picture with Andrew Wellness and Royal Reid, you know.
We see
The
the link.
principal there on picture with Flight Green them and Andrew Wellness, you know. So Andrew
Yeah, man, she
Wellness they
close.
know all along what they take place in our community, but Andrew Wellness just lied to the Jamaican people. And true when him say gang and him say Klansman, and them want to tie Klansman to the PMP, the people them go so yeah, give him the go ahead figure do what him do. And when him turn in a parliament and say to it, him won't allow no other agency to doing it. The central government will act. That means to say Andrew Wellness
Under him, yes.
over there and go lick down the people them house. Andrew Wellness himself give the go ahead. Nobody else did not do it. Lie the man tell and go lick down the people them house. That boy the bad mind, you know. Yo, must feel say that.
Hey,
Boy,
you want panel, you want know something? We see man underneath a tree, you know. And a parrot or whatever bird I rebuke him, you know. And him statement was him not really here for no legacy. But we see him a pack up a bag of legacy where him a create. But none of that legacy no good. Cause I know him a go home next year, you know.
Yeah.
So you see all that thing up a stadium with there. A legacy Andrew Wellness a look, but them legacy there, he muddy it because now nothing factual to back up what him a deal with. So you know appear like him tell. Yeah, because what am I doing, you know? Him dep on a historic ground, you know. And him see something like that did happen with Joshua and you know Bob Marley, you know, and him a try to replicate a scene like that. You understand? Yeah. And that me see him a try do, you know. I want to take credit to actually the award where these two icons get for the music fraternity. Where them now have nothing to do with the man them nomination.
Exactly.
You understand what I say? Because really and truly, you know, you see all them award, them should have been done by someone from within the Ministry of Culture. You understand? So if you have him as a guest speaker there for hand out a particular award, yeah, but we just see him alone and do the thing. So it's a legacy champion the man depend.
But his legacy is going to be the fact that Jamaica had its worst performance in 50 years in the Olympics. That is part of his legacy. And I put a post about it on Facebook. And the whole world want to take me and say it's not his fault.
No,
whether
I sentiment.
Fault or not, it's still his legacy.
Whether
it's his fault or not, it's still his legacy.
I'm going to say this, Kamala, because I share the same sentiment. Me and my wife here was talking about it. And under Portia Simpson administration, she as the Prime Minister was the Minister of Sport as well. And that's when Jamaica athletics program soared to stardom. And we watch the demise of everything. We say athletes are travel. 54 athletes and officials went to Paris. And a lot of our big stars couldn't compete because they were injured before they even leave to Paris. It was a shamble. And that just goes to show the level of accountability and management within Jamaica as it relates to even sports. There was no transparency because these athletes were only there to make the Olympics so that they could collect their sponsorship deal from their sponsors.
Let me tell you something. If it were just athletics, you would be able to point fingers at the Athletics Association. But every sport is failing. It's not just athletics. Football is failing. Cricket is failing. The poor netballer, them have to start GoFundMe to reach to for them World Cup. You understand? You had another team, a rugby team. A lot of people are not aware of the fact that a rugby team could not come or did poorly in a World Cup.
Yes.
They were not funded. You understand? A lot of sporting table tennis in trouble. A lot of sporting organizations are failing. And it cannot be that all of a sudden all of them are failing just for failure's sake. There is some common thread, and who is the common thread? It must be the minister. The minister must be accountable because there is a minister of sport. If every single sport all of a sudden start to fail, the minister must be held accountable. And who is the minister accountable to? Who is the minister accountable to? Okay,
the Prime Minister.
So let me ask you this: why is he not holding her accountable?
That's what we are.
Why is he not holding her
we know why
accountable?
we know why not, Kamala. Because I mean, if all of them are sailing at the same boat, and the boat is just a boat mark corruption on the side of it, then who accountable? Who accountable?
Well, you see, people unable to connect the dots. When I said that it was his legacy, the worst performance in Olympics is his legacy. A lot of people were unable to connect the dots. So I'm simply connecting the dots for them now, for them to understand that when I speak, I'm not speaking from a place of tribalism. I'm speaking from a place of facts. Because the fact is that we are performing terribly in most sports that we participate in. And
I would say all sports. I would say all sports, apart from the odd performance, you know. And I must big up this discus thrower, you know, and other medalists. Yeah. I must big them up. The one that perform well.
Though. But I can tell you something.
I could go back to the stadium because I have a next big thing for us. I mean, I want to go benefit, right? This now got embarrassed the world place again in front of the Prime Minister. I mean, I wonder if people see this. After how much years now our people in a bandage and when slavery abolished?
Well, 400 odd year we in a bandage, man.
400,000. 1838 in Jamaica.
And from when them put people in a slavery, from when them carry people, them have them in a captive before slavery abolished.
Well, you have to go back to the inception, you know. You have to go back to the inception of the discovery of Jamaica.
Yes, good.
You know? So and that are from in the 14th century, 1494 to be precise.
Yes.
Yeah. So just little after 1494, slave. Yeah, I know, but we're talking about the slavery. So just little after Christopher Columbus discovered Jamaica in 1494, we know them sail a ship from West Africa and Ghana and take slave down there. Ship take a couple months to reach down there. So that's where it start.
Hold on, let me ask you something now. So then they go China and full ship and carry Jamaica too?
No.
Yes or no? No. All right. So the Prime Minister Andrew and say Babsy make this happen here so now. Look on this. Look on this. This show me happen. I'm not hear nobody, I'm not hear the news media, and none of them come say nothing about this. Let me say we shall never play this. Look on this. You see this? It might have look good to some people. This is a total disrespect to what people them go through that. We get branded like cattle.
This make me feel sick, you know, man.
What on the line? There's 170 years in a people. 170 years. Our people get shot to do all kind of things, you know. Run with fight with everything. That's why you maroon and everything. When after 1838, after the slavery get abolished.
Moran be a rebellion.
Hold on.
Sam Sharp. It was Sam Sharp.
Yeah, so 170 years, right? You know, so that 1854. That time slavery abolished already. Then people
Long time.
So celebrate in our independence. This is a total disrespect to, you know, to access, you know. This should not happen in our country. This should not happen in our country. And I like them, I do it at our government. I put up them thing here. You know why? Because them have too much 100 Chinese, 1,000 Chinese, 100,000, like 200,000 in there, do all kind of things. That them I get all, them I celebrate 170 years in our country, like them go through. Wow, it's our independence. Our emancipation day and independence. You don't do this. We are dealing with it as one people. We are dealing with it as our number one. It's coming like mystic. You know, if you go, there are a couple of people them struggling in America same way. You go call a man white and say nigga. You know it mean a lot of things, right? You know it mean a lot of things. To all them used to go with people them, right?
Exactly.
Well, our people them go through the struggle, but the man never carry the maroon yourself. I make them reenact how them escape and how them run them down and do something. Why? What them people?
But them don't respect the Maroons. Them trying to get the Maroon land. So why would they?
And the TV them are show this. This is the total disrespect. Babs and them should come up with this and the Prime Minister.
Look here.
Why are you surprised? I keep on asking you, why are you surprised by anything these people do?
Outside.
Them know who's asked them kissing them.
Exactly.
They're not kissing the Maroon ass. Them sending back police and battalion and all sort of something on the Maroons to get the Maroon land. They don't intend to kiss the Maroons ass. They intend to disrespect them and take what is theirs and claim say that it is not theirs. So I don't know. I keep asking you, why are you surprised? That's what I want to know.
What we see here, you know, what we see here in front of us, you know, is Andrew Holness trying to integrate the 200,000 Chinese into Jamaican society.
What?
By give, you understand?
Yeah, basically,
so
that's what he's doing.
Whatever deal him and them struck, we don't know. But we see signs of it playing. We see signs of it playing out in front of us right now.
Yes.
Because no other government has ever seen it fit to have Chinese performing on our Independent Day. As a matter of fact, Jamaica have dragon. So let me make him know that. You understand? So we don't want to see them. We don't want to see them Asian type of event in a Caribbean. Them I don't have Asia, them I think as the dragon and all them people have philosophy. So when Andrew Holness come with this is a dark day in a Jamaica history as it relates to independent. Dark day.
Our people.
People that know who them catering to.
When a man hear me say me hate Andrew Holness,
It's a joke.
they might have feel say a joke me.
This is disrespect.
When me see things like this, it make me blood boil.
No more.
Because when me remember coming through the middle passage, and my people lay down upon them back and stack up so with chain and shackle upon them foot, and man shitting at them mouth, man pissing at them mouth, and who can make it, then dash them overseas, and who them fi cut out, baby out of bell, them cut out, and my people them, in spite of that, they make it to the shore of Jamaica. And them fight. And them fight for something, you know. What did Jamaica fight for to get independent?
Fight to abolish the slave master.
Somebody sorry for Jamaica and give them independent. Jamaica did not fight for anything. The Maroons fight and defeat the British and get their independent. So Andrew Wallace want to erase the Maroon independence, them sovereignty. And I want, yeah, me live in America. And everywhere you go, there is a Chinatown. Who live here now? Chinatown there everywhere. And on the 4th of July, when it's the American independent, I have never seen a Chinese flag raised or the Chinese celebrate with America. And more Chinese is in America than Jamaica. So tell them all of them Chinatown all over the place. So all Jamaica,
That is
all
true.
Jamaica, if they come endorse China, that's China. The pops are feel we independent, you know, bro. It name feel we independent as then claim, you know, it's not for the Chinese, you know. Can we go to China and celebrate? No, we can't. So Andrew Wallace make this to happen in a few country. It is telling me that there is something deeper underneath where what we don't know.
Exactly. That's
That
the
is
point I
going
am
on,
trying
my
to make.
friend. He cannot, he have to do it. If he not
That
do it,
is
the
the
boy in a
point I am
problem.
trying to make.
The
He's
boy
kissing,
signed
he might kiss them
something
off for a reason.
with
He
the
might kiss
boy
them
have
off
to
for
do
a
it.
reason.
Because this is a boy, you know. This is like a come around boy. This is not this a boy and I lead like a prime minister. Because prime minister would lead with authority and put their foot down and say, this is my space, this is my turf. You know, tell me what to do in my space. But this man being told what to do, because if he did not, or would you allow the Chinese on our stage at our independent? You understand what I'm saying? So when me say, me not like this a piece of shit, ya Andrew Wallace. Young man, I say, oh, Prime Minister, and you must respect. Respect what? Respect the office when a man carry it gone down to the lowest of the lowest. And you want me to still respect it who have sense? I'm mad on a madman.
But Arrow,
Oh,
watch this now. You see how long we have a work garden, and it's there for all because we matter say out of one many people. This
yes.
man come take off 11 acre we land and give to them nasty people from Asia. Them wicked people are go around and pilferage everything where people have right around the world and give them 11 acre. Have all them dragon symbol up there. But me I make Marky G know, you know. When you take this thing here in your hand, you know, my brother, me want you rescind back the 11 acre land up a work garden. Kite not to segregate and chop, kite come like we have racism at Jamaica. What these people can go about freely and integrate themselves amongst the Jamaican, then why them come at Jamaica? If you have to make stipulation to give them peace away land and for them build them own community. And what kind of shit this year go on with that big nose and jewelness?
Why,
And you take
Senator?
people around as a fool. We can't go to China and get not even a piece of them sea where them live on. Can't up of them live on water. But you say I take land and give them to build community. Them have them own police station, hospital. And the next thing as we know where you plan to do is integrate them all in the voting system. We know all of them tricks where you come with. So don't feel like so we're not watching a boy. We are watching. Because you're going like you want to take Jamaica and put it at Asia. No way you're going to do that, boy. Because with the round and stuff, I lie to the people and your nasty corruption where you're going within Jamaica. A prison, you go if me have the will, you know. A man in there in a prison, you know. Me all in a prison. Take over my panel.
Right, just say that.
Well, let me speak on something because you know, now as it relates to the motto, because I read something that Latlan wrote into the chat that he's confused, and the reason for him to be confused is to say that, okay, all right, you have Chinese, right, who are Jamaicans, right? I mean, I understand where Latlan is going with that, but let me say this, Latlan, right? And as I said, I understand your line of argument with that. Now, in China, right, you have other nations in China who live there for quite a while and become naturalized citizenship, right, through the process of naturalization. But China, where Arrow is going, China, right, will never have their independence, right, and promoting another race of people. It will never ever happen in China.
Never.
Under no circumstances, right? That will ever happen in China. No, but let me just go down in the detail. We recognize out of many, one people as the motto, symbolize, right? But again, let us go on that trend. If you are saying that, okay, we need to be all-inclusive, which I agree with that, you understand, because other races becomes naturalized citizen in Jamaica, okay, that's fine, right? And we have it out of many, one people. Now, this is what I'm saying. Now, let us look at the contribution of the Maroons. Hold on there. Hold on there. The fundamental contribution of the Maroons. Now, why Andrew Holness in this area under his government and where other government respect the Maroon? I am asking a question. Andrew Holness is doing a constitutional reform and deliberately, intentionally, as a result of personal vendetta between him and Curry, is writing a constitution that is going to exit the Maroons' sovereignty. Right? And when we talk about sovereignty, more people forget it, are some bright lawyers. You understand? So let me break down the sovereignty that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the sovereignty as it relates to Maroon rights to their lands. We are not talking about sovereignty as it relates to Maroon is going to take on governance similar to the Prime Minister, because that is where the Prime Minister is going. And that is one of the reasons why the Prime Minister is saying that you can't have two sovereign state, two sovereign entity in a one state.
One sovereign.
That is where the Prime Minister is going. But look
one sovereign people, right?
Yeah?
It's only one sovereign people in Jamaica.
No, the Maroons are sovereign.
Yeah, the Maroon I'm talking. Jamaica free. Jamaica is still under the British.
Exactly. You're right.
That's right. That is right.
You're right. The Maroons' sovereignty. So watch this now. Because if you are going to play the same game where Andrew played, properly speaking, Andrew Holness-led government is not sovereign.
All right.
Because under the British monarchy had given a 1738 treaty to the Maroons, making the Maroons sovereign. Now, was that given to Andrew Holness-led government?
No.
A constitution that had written by both Joint Committee of the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party and sent to England to be approved by British. You understand?
Exactly.
And it's approved by British. That is one of the reasons why we are doing reforming. But watch this now, why the situation with the Chinese cut me to the core. You have time to give sympathy to the Chinese, right? And incorporate them into the culture. Me not see anything wrong with that, Listen what me I say. Want people to hear what me I say. Andrew Holness have time to incorporate, you understand, Chinese in the culture. Okay, that's fine. Want to the Maroons? I want Andrew Holness to tell me, you understand, apart from capitalism or crony capitalism, crony capitalism that exhibited by China in Jamaica as it relates to the IMF, International Monetary Fund, the World Trade Organization, you understand, the World Bank, you understand, all of them would deal with crony capitalism because they are not going to lend you money, you understand, to any poor country unless them see that there is something in the country like the rich resources of the backside, you understand, the wonderful and precious metals and hoods. That is one of the reasons why IMF is interested, World Bank is interested, and the World Trade Organization. So don't play fool with us. We know why they are willing to give us loan. You understand, to keep a strong hold. You understand, that is one of the reasons why they give us loan. So what I'm saying then, why Andrew Wellness never incorporate the Maroon in this festival, yeah? Why? So then you want to disrespect, Andrew Wellness want to disrespect our own people, our own brothers. Let me tell you something. But make the Maroons. Because remember, say, all of it come from Africa, you know. All of it was taken from Africa. You understand, in terms of the slave triangle.
Exactly.
What makes the Maroon exceptional was to the fact that a group of people, you understand, decided to watch out. They are not going to live under slavery. You understand? They are going to fight for their freedom. And they're willing to take on the British and conquer the British. And you are going to tell me now, you have an independent celebration. And you disrespect the Maroons. You understand? And put China. You put China. And the reason why you put China is because of the funds that China, they give you. Let me talk. The funds that China, they give us. The funds that China give us. You just sell out our black people for money. You just sell out right to them and feel like cry higher. Because when you look on it, you understand? And when we look and see China being celebrated, you understand? Me not say them if they are not to be celebrated.
Byron.
Hey. But hold on there. Let me just drop one little piece. You know what I mean? I want them celebrate not with me. Me never see them in a coronation market and buy green banana, yam, coconut. Them not yam over yam. Them for good.
You understand what I say?
Them they are Olympic a compete against we. Them national anthem a play. All them they are the same independent like we.
So like anyone with a talk about Andrew Holness, you understand, is this Andrew Holness is a big sellout. Andrew Holness, me to tell you something.
You're right, bro.
Victimize our people. Big
Hey, right now, I'm mad, you know, brother.
Yeah.
I'm mad, me get mad from that one, you know.
Hold on the line. Hear what I say now. You have a people who for my hold on. Yeah. All right. So when you have a people, you know, where enslaved, you know, come across, them pack you up like sardine, you know, like mistake, lied, and whatever. Come across, pack up a people, them stamp you. Same like them stamp them cattle, you know. And you go through the whole of this, you know. You have some mandingo, some big boy, you know, some people them use as breeder. Like themselves slave to after time, then they start go through. And you go through all of that, right? You go through all of that and you fight for your freedom. Fight for your right. You have to run away. And Maroon off in some hill and then try to come catch you. You have to fight for that too. Fight for your freedom right too and everything. Yesterday it's sacred. It's strict. This we fight for. It's sacred. This not supposed to happen. None at all. None at all. See this? You're not supposed to have about 170 years that you it's wrong. It's just totally wrong. Yes, still just the other day them want to lock up Curry and lock up people of the Maroon when them go for the board. You remember when them chat on the tree and go for them
yeah, man.
So you're threatening to lock him up and you want to take for the land and everything. And then you turn back now. And you carry Chinese and say, you know why them do this? In don't have so much people who vote, and Chinese love this. Chinese take away the wholesale, the supermarket them, the fast food, the food, the restaurant them, and everything them control and put it with fake votes. And enough. And they might give them citizenship, that means them can't vote. So if you have 200,000 them can't vote, that they pop them up.
Yeah.
They pop them up. So when they go and promote them and sell out the whole country, you ever see police are read and go for Chinese yet? Chinese in a prison in Jamaica. How much of them get locked up and charged? They live like the guy them from not place out. You never see that. This I think you have a history, you know. If you have the past and the future, there is no way. You put them people and say, well, out of many one people. Tell me something. Them people here, in a slavery and wrap up of a run and turn maroon to would be.
No.
So
No.
all many one people, you can't mix them up in your so. If you thought no out of many where we integrated that, no, you don't have the problem. But when it comes to this and with history, you don't put them up on the stage and do this. Because look here, let me show you how the Chinese them roll. You know, look here. You remember this? Let me see if you can see that. 2 million of them lock up with them. You know why them lock them up?
Yes.
Let me tell you, you know why them lock them up? Because them are Muslim. Them people here. Chinese, you know. Them put them in a camp. Because you re-educate them back for think and what have you. Some like them like control and everything.
Yeah, man, and abuse them too. Because BBC do a panorama upon that, you know, when we watch, you know. A whole heap of abuse go on another camp there, you know. Because them a brainwash the people, them. But one thing, you know, Andrew Wallace don't know what the meaning of independence, you know. That's why I tell you, say, I'm dunce and acid and lunatic. Because if you go right around the world, you know, you have like American Day and all these things. In England, them have a thing named D-Day. Good? Yeah. But you look around the world, if you see any more country with the terms independent, apart from Jamaica. Because Independence Day was born out of slavery. It was a recognition of freedom. You understand? So you can't take Chinese and come stack them up around our event. That not work for me. Because I know the true meaning of independence, because one set of people known in the world as slave, you know, is the black Africans, more so the Jamaicans. Everywhere we go, people, you know, stereotype us as slaves. You know, Chinese are come under them umbrella there. So when it comes to slavery recognition, I want a guy know something to understand it before him come dismantle it. With him look a colored self and I go like him. Because maybe him look like Chinese and I'm skin complexion. Him for just go, man.
Hear this. When, you know, every country who, you know, them go under them slavery business, you know, in America, and, you know, all over the place. But our thing, you can have different flag for independence. Yeah. And I'll show you 170 years. This totally wrong and out and disrespect to we. Remember, you know, and we them put up it. You see when them keep something for we, tell me where them bust up here. So them bust some clappers and fireworks and do some other things. Them now recreate back, you know, history. Like you come and see the maroon when all them get to all them, you know,
yeah,
escape again and where them go through. Show us some of the shackles and things. The youth them that know themselves. If you know,
of course.
This, so when I mash it up, after then I saw so we used to no man go for shine in the world. Get back some of these things and make, you know, recreate back some of the things them, you know. You understand? You see me I say hello?
Yeah, for real.
But you can't carry them people and put them and tell me 170 years, yeah. So I the new one, them more integrate, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, now work, you know.
Another thing what I tell them, say, then give we a lot of things to hold on for. Then give a white Jesus. Until this day, you can't tell some people say some black people say Jesus no white.
Exactly.
Then give it, you understand? Then give it his church and we hold on for the church.
Arrow.
Then give
we're gonna make it talk about Arrow. Lonesome, me send us something.
Look at this.
More like if you play it, if you make the Jamaican government know what the Chinese government, the Chinese people think about us. Think about the African.
In the museum. Yeah. You know, that's what I talk about Mystic and Arrow. Yeah. And Wayne.
Sorry.
In them call them thing, they them thing that was just recent. That event was just recent.
Yeah.
And it created a whole euphoria in and around the black community and black nation. You understand? And this piece of garbage where we have down there come these people and we independence.
Yeah,
exactly. So what I'm getting at is that if you are going to use this out of many things
Yes.
to normalize something. I think in the constitution we can get rid of the emblem there too.
Maybe we have to.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because since you want to use that as a marker, we say out of many one people, but millions of people in America. And on the 4th of July, a one flag standing.
One flag standing.
And it's the United States of America. No other flags fly. No other celebration. You understand what I'm saying? So me no want to hear them garbage. Me have every problem in this world with it. Because the maroon who blood, sweat, and tears in the rock, you know, invite them to come on that. But the Chinese who don't have nothing to do with Fiwi culture, who don't have nothing to do with slavery, who don't have nothing to do with the Middle Passage, you have them on stage, on Fiwi independent. And then you come put on ship with Marcus. Hey, that boy, they want load of dog shit and jewelry, you know. I come put on Marcus Garvey on ship with Prince. Marcus Garvey will fight against them, the thing, the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come try to normalize, just like how you come put on Michael Manley and Edward Seaga for money.
Exactly.
You see that boy there? Just unbelieve, you know, brother.
Loan someone I play the clipper, but before we play the clipper, I will just explain something. Because we don't want people believe, sir. You understand? We are racist. We are not racist, you know. Remember, so we are manlyites, you know. So if you are manlyites, we can't racist.
No.
Right?
No time at all.
If you are manlyites, we can't racist. Come on,
No,
white.
sir.
Right? Mark gold in white. You understand what I say? So then we can't racist. You
No,
understand?
but if we speak with truth, if we speak our truth,
Yes.
you're gonna say that we are racist. Don't.
No, you can't be a racist. You have to respect your history.
You
You have to
understand?
respect your history.
Continue, my brother.
Remember, we say we are manlyites. And if you say we are manlyites, manly are white man. You understand what I say? Mark gold in white. You understand?
Exactly.
So we are racist. You understand?
Exactly.
So me don't want no one believes it. You understand? We are racist. We are not. We are different with truths and rights because we are saying, because what, particularly in terms of my research, I'm telling people something. I research and I send Wayne a clip. You understand? To educate us all. I research an issue in China where you have a Chinese group, right, who go into the African continent, right, and take out the black children, them, group them up, and teach them the language of Chinese and beating them with stick. You know what they were telling the black youths? To say, I am a black devil. I am a black evil. My nation is evil. People when I say, that's why I send Wayne alone some this.
I'm a clip, you know. I'm a play it already. No, I'm a play it already. Come to play it, and them like them don't want to play, so I'm never play it. Me show them the picture.
You understand?
You understand? Yes.
So then I try to show you say, but
Now show
China,
them.
you understand? You can't do that in a China. See there now, see the picture there now. Which are the black youths, them get beaten, you know, the black babies, them, you know, they get beaten, you know. You understand? See there now, we want to read it, you know. When the black babies, them get beaten, you know, to speak Chinese language, to say that they are evil. And guess what? Not only that they leave it there, you know, it becomes popular in China where they sell it, you understand, and promote it through nightclubs and everywhere. Majority of certain city have it spreading all over. Some of the one people believe that when we attack, you understand, we are racist. And now in my country, the people that have a mentality, you understand, who they promote to say black children, you understand, are evil and black in general are evil. China is doing that. You understand? Did the Chinese government come out against that and said wrong and seized on it for it to become? No, even now the Chinese government don't apologize. So then if the Chinese government does not apologize about that, simply means that it is his parallel idea that he has taken. So when we attack and we are different certain things, we want people to understand the mystic sensation where Titans are come from, because we know the history of China and many of their mentality towards black people. You understand me? I say, but we are so we not talk to the water we do the research. And that's
You
what
know,
I'm saying that. You understand? For people to see it for themselves, read it and know it.
you know, so when most of the Jamaican they go there, one entry then get.
Let's look at that.
You don't know that?
You can
One
know.
entry.
And by the way, you know,
Them get.
you alone for just go all over the place as a black man, though, don't? And everybody, you have some place where them just go to China the first, they must see a black man in person, you know, and then look at you. You have people go there, man, and go in some place where them go shop and when you look every eye turn. And ask them if them see black people in China do all kind of things, and I can do all kind of things. Them have them like idiot, like when them video them and do some foolishness and them sell that. And watch it and do some things I fight. And them have the museum where them, you know, them are compare against animals. It's there. It's there. See, in a Jamaica, them come in your country. People come in your country and them they make friends and they so you ever go in anywhere at all in Jamaica, you ever keep a dance and the Chinese come and say them are supporting you? You ever see that?
You play corner league in your community. And Chinese have much supermarket in our community and them not sponsor in the community $1 to a football or a netball or a youth club or something. Them not sponsor you nothing, brother.
Yes.
Them not come them not come watch your thing, brother. Them make the money, then suck the money out of there so and send it back. Then suck out the money and send it back. When in 10 years they up, in call one next one, and the next one come start from fresh, and them continue with the cycle because a black man can't get back that, you know. Remember, you know, a black man are trying to get a supermarket. It will never turn over back to a black man because when him 10 years done and you know want pay no tax, and next one they come and take you over and start the cycle.
Arrow. Remember these people who sit down at Jamaica operate as entrepreneur Chinese. They don't own the business. It's the Chinese government business. They are workers for the Chinese government.
Exactly.
So it's a state-run organization from China.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. A matter of fact, you know, the pandemic, them they want them own vaccine.
And I tell you, you know, don't surprise, you know, if them have them one police station down at Jamaica.
Them have it. Yeah. Them have it.
Because remember, so the US cracked down upon them, I think, last year, you know.
Yes.
When them have them police station in New York, you know, for years, you know. Yeah.
Yes.
You understand? So with that kind of running there in Jamaica, Titan, me just believe so them have the system that they go on in Jamaica when people not in line and not do what them say to do, call them in, stay out and go. But as Light said, this is what they use be on top right now. Have these people in your country working, but they are sponsored by the Chinese government. There's just a worker. Like how we go pick apple and we go chop cane and we go do this. The only thing is that enough of them set up supermarket shop, this and that. But the money is going back to that government. That's why the man them so powerful on the globe right now, man.
Yeah, you know about me, Wayne.
Yes.
You understand? One of my brethren just said me say there wasn't even any Chinese at the gala. So what was that?
Yes.
So that makes it work. But watch this now. You know about me? What more the people them forget is that do you believe that any black people, whether from Africa or within the Caribbean, would have put foot into China and have Chinese children gather up, beating them to say that Chinese are evil? Hey, I want you to look and understand what I'm saying. What happening is a group of Chinese went to Africa, take the African youth in Africa, beating them, and teaching them the Chinese language to say that I am evil. Black people are evil. I want you to get what me I say. I want you to get what me I say. Now, let us ask the question. So, whenever we are dealing with these issues, right, we have to put it at the front center. Remember, our motto is out of many one people. So we respect the sense, you understand, of sharing and caring throughout all races, equality and justice. But when it comes to our defined culture, the culture that defines us, remember where we were taken from, the struggle that we face, and the culture we design moving forward. And what you have seen a petty narcissist government. You understand? Who is sending a message to us. Now just imagine the Jamaican people, the masses of the poor people who voted this man in. Right? Now somebody should have told him that no, you can't do that. Because one of the reasons why that could never happen in China, under no circumstances that would never happen in China. So then how are we dealing with being fair and balanced as it relates to the respect of our people? The respect of our people. If China, you understand, as it relates to, it may not be generally all Chinese share the view. But if the view shared publicly on social media, the government should now come out and denounce that. Responsible institutions in China should have now come out and denounce that to say, okay, it is just few. But when I do deeper investigation, I was surprised in terms of what I found. Not only that the Chinese government did not denounce it, but it was celebrated, right, through many towns, and people were buying them. They were excited to see that. And they spend a lot of money for that. It goes into clubs and all of that. People, I wanted to do the research. I was so sick. My heart was tearing up with tears. And I said, my God. Because if the Chinese government doesn't come out and denounce something like that, then I have to say, you understand that the Chinese government stand parallel with a perception like that. Many black people in China are telling you the racial confrontation that they are facing. Now let me ask a question. When the Chinese in Jamaica, are they facing similar racial confrontation?
Nope.
Are they?
No, sir. Them live like a king, man.
Are they? So then, what Andrew Warner's government is saying to us as a people, that nowhere in this world today that we have rights. Because same place in Africa, our rights have been taken away. We are Europeans going into Africa, you understand, capture the black people, enslave them in their own territory. Now we come through the transatlantic slavery, dispersing satellite locations within the Caribbean. Right? The first place in the United States that legalized slavery, that constitutionalized slavery, is Georgia. People need to do their research. Georgia constitutionalized slavery, have slavery written in their constitution. You understand? So then let me ask the question, where on earth the black man have right? And remember, last week I showed you a letter where a Nigerian admitting that his uncle being a black man, helped the white man to catch black people and enslave them. So then, where the black man have rights? Where is our fundamental rights? As it relates to, we don't have it in Africa because of what done. And here on the satellite location, right, as it relates to slavery within colonization, right? And so then, when we have a sellout government, let me teach Andrew Warner something. Let me teach Andrew Warner something tonight. To show you that Michael Manley is a white man, and let me show you now why Titans are not racist. When Michael Manley stand up against crony capitalism and said, I want more money for my backside. I want my backside levy to be increased. My people need to be educated. Now, which one of the black leaders come out and fight similarly like that, apart from Marcus Mosiah Garvey?
No.
Right? Apart from Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Was that a consistent thing as it relates to black man having that and pushing and fighting for that? Michael Manley fight, and not only that, Michael Manley fight. Regardless of crony capitalism, try to pressure him still stand fast, and out of that sacrifice, we see some of the corrupted Jamaican Labour Party member of parliament, you understand, who benefited from free education up to tertiary level, you understand, now come round, you understand, and now bite Michael Manley. Panama shit. Andrew Wallace, you are a Panama shit.
Hear this.
You are a Panama shit.
That's a key point.
Hear this. You know what make it worse? The independence the other day with the Chinese and everything. We have burial. We have people at Black Road today, just today. A Black Road, no light, no water. If you have real government, you can't sell the gala, waste of money. Because meanwhile, you celebrate and make Chinese and celebrate the people, they must suffer the same way. You can't make part of the people, they must suffer from last country. So you have to feel it with them, you know. This is the stash where waste of money plus feel nice.
Yeah, one day thing.
They do that, and the money we don't spend more than the money we don't give it for the hurricane relief. Instead they do that, you try to make them people there fixed up and all right. That means, you know, business out them in the darkness. Where them eat them, have them water for beer, the place think nasty, and then you have celebrate. We couldn't celebrate that to have boycott it. Because
right.
The people then, me and leader if you lead.
You're right.
Example. That man straight to the man I love, and then you put Chinese on top of that now. I celebrate 170 years, but all me go and watch them. Eh? That make any sense, man. The people them have a black road today, you know. They have a black road.
She's right.
You don't know, you know, this. Them, we have to get them thing up. That's more important because we preserve life more than for just feel good. And play something else we spend much 100 million. Garbage.
Feel good moment, you know.
It's wrong. You understand?
It is.
It's wrong.
If you care about your people, brother, that's a valid point you just raised, brother. If you care about your people, brother, you would have put hype on one day thing aside and make sure say your people are okay, bro. You would have do that. But the moment you don't do that, you tell me say it's all about your ego, bro. It's all about you. And you want to pull off something and say people say, yay, and talk so the gala was this and that and it was big and that. But the day after the gala, people demonstrate because the life remain the same, the reality is still there. The gala is just a face. The reality is still there. But Byron, I want to go back on your point.
Yes, my brother.
You touch a key point. And I just want to rally back on it. When you said these Chinese going to Africa
Yes.
and take some of these kids
Yes.
and beat them.
Yeah,
Must have,
to Aaron.
yeah. Bring them back or something and beat them. Now, Byron, they ask a question. And Wayne and Lloyd. The Chinese is now in charge of our wharf. And every day we hear that how much of our children are missing. Now you have to take these things into consideration. If they go to Africa and take some of these kids and do these things to them, they control our wharf and our kids are missing and we don't know where them gone. Could it be something similar like them things that take place, brother?
Well, anything, you know, Aaron. You understand? And, you know, me send it because I want to take it in. My brother, when I take it in, I'm going to tell you something, say, your heart, your eyes are going to bleed. Because, yo, that ripped me out when I see it, you know, my brother. Yo, that ripped me out. That ripped me in several ways, you know, that.
The must, man. The must, man. That now bring you back to slavery, man. That now bring you back your subconscious, man, back to slavery, bro.
Listen, me, no, man. I know big people.
The baby, man.
Chinese, them what do it, and no big people, them do it with, you know.
The baby, them I do, man.
Baby, them, you know. We shall them a beat them, you know.
That now bring you back, man. Somewhere, man. And then when you see this with your own eyes, them, and you read, and you see it is factual, and then you see the place where you from. And the place where you from, take up them people and they embrace them. Put them on our stage. Have them to celebrate our independence. And at the same time, I see what I do. The youth them where my four parents come from. You know must hurt. You know must pain. Me say me not like Andrew Walnuts. No all. Me not like the man. And that's the thing there, brother. Me not like the man. No all, brother.
Yeah, we could give some warning, you know. We don't want people, we don't want some people believe that them can infiltrate you, you know. You understand? Because we are strictly manly arts. You understand? So for them and those who believe that them can infiltrate the Titans, you understand? Tell them to think again. Go through.
Different thing you know.
Lonesome in the wilderness.
Yeah, but that's a different.
But me that the garden say red and I'm worm. I have some fruits.
Titans in the wilderness.
have some fruits.
We're fruits right now. Titans did with him.
Titans every point down and I'm dirt like a worm.
You know, when about you know, so we
this is right. You understand what I say, Byron? So
Nobody
the motive never change.
No.
The motive never change. The mission no stall.
No, never.
Me no watch distraction. Me no look one side where what me about me blinders.
All right.
Me no come and ask.
No.
I come and ask can't win derby. You understand what I say? I focus on the prize. When we start that journey is to hold Andrew Holness Stephen administration accountable because of the oppression that he have done on the Jamaican people. My mission never stop.
Yes.
So we don't look for distraction here and there.
True.
The focus is to make sure to get out Andrew Holness out of power. That is the focus. So many people, we not get distracted. We eyes up on the prize.
Yes.
We are work for Uno. Night and day. All when Uno see we. The link still the connect. Because information go from one ear to the next one there to the next one there. And it is spreading out there. So if I am not doing a content, but we still in one unity. Go on, boss. And this is going, you know. All right, send your road.
Yeah.
Sit down and we watch. Because guess what? It's one aim and one determination. And it's to make sure we do everything in our powers to enlighten, to inform, and to edify our people. That on the day when the boy call the election,
Yeah.
the only choice is to make sure you put the hex beside the head.
Remember me told you. And you will have
Yeah,
now.
man.
That's it.
Father Wayne,
Right,
you
that's
will
right.
tell him, say. You will tell him, say, Father Wayne.
Yes,
Like a
sir.
fire blazing through the town.
Right, that's right.
Take the heat. When Titan burn them down. Cause this a fire they burn them down. Titan burn them down.
Right, that's right there.
All right.
Yeah, man. Oh, you mean mistake?
Remember we
Right,
told you.
that's
Real
right there,
lyrics.
brother.
All right.
You know, but you know,
Who can't
we
take
have
the
to
heat?
just
Run gun.
Yeah.
Who can't take the
Hey,
heat? Run gun.
what did I say to you the other day? Or when me said to you the other day, and me go on you finish it, but the same way me ask you. What did I say? Many are called, but what?
Choose not few.
All right. Now watch it. Now watch
You know what's nice? You know what I'm saying?
but when we, you know, when we look on some policies that are, you know, handed out to the Chinese them in Jamaica, as it relates to tax free, then if you're gonna bring everybody under one umbrella, oh, the local people them not tax free.
Ah,
Local people them would have a tax free, you know.
The native, yeah?
So what this show, him just using the tax as a catalyst to discussion. If the Chinese them can come in and get a tax waiver because you're inviting them into your country to be a part of your local economy, yeah, and you give them a stipendous waiver so them can operate. That means them can be a part of the local and the native, you know.
you see it.
Because you give them incentive to come. So they are guests.
All right.
So there cannot be any form of recognition as it relates to Independence Day. Because these people are guests. You dangle a carrot in front of them eyes and say, come. And they come. They're not from the inception. They're not from the foundation of the building process. So where I sit here, and how I analyze the whole contrasting event where I see unfold in front of my eyes, I am deeply saddened and I am greatly upset.
What do you mean? Yeah, man.
I don't feel good in my headspace.
Can't.
My anger is at the seam bursting because I know these are shenanigans play out on a celebrated day like Independence Day.
Exactly.
But as my fellow panelists just reiterate the fact that we just come out of serious hurricane, and a lot of people who are still suffering from the hurricane and the devastation of the hurricane. And I mean, you'd have more prioritize getting back the people in a more semblance of life than to have this big thing where you incorporate Chinese, where you have to spend millions of dollars to put on that event.
One day.
So just one day, right? And there are more pressing needs on the ground that need looking after with immediate effect.
Right now.
And them turn a scant eye. You understand? So it just shows the lack of love for the people from this Angel Wellness-led government and the regime we're surrounding. Because I mean, it showed us the level of these people. There's no empathy for the people them in Jamaica. Not even one or two cronies them can say, no boss, here what happened. Make sure we deal with them things before this, man. We can't even cancel all this,
But looking alive.
We can't even cancel this.
Looking alive. I want to tell you something, say. the Prime Minister make a move, you understand, to push needs from the people, you know. And
Yeah.
the Constitutional Court, you understand, said no. Right? And stop it, you know. But to show you how the narcissists, brother, are just naturally wicked. When I say naturally wicked, I mean 100% pure evil. That you are going to use the people's most desolate moments. We don't look to know as it relates to the passing of burial. And where people, right, been suffering. But this is how narcissists think. Yes, we have their backs on the fence. So now, let us polish it to them that they need the security to be identified and nothing cannot be done as a result of identity. Remember, we have NIS, you know. You understand? We have other identification means, you know.
Yeah.
Passport and other things, you know.
Passport.
But yet to shove your needs agenda to appease crony capitalism, you are shoving that agenda because who you are shoving this agenda for, they are funding your campaign, political kickbacks that you are getting from them. So you are on a time to appease them. You are on a time to appease them. So what now? You hold the people at ransom. No, if you were a government who care, who have the sympathy, who have the empathy, let me talk to you now, Andrew. If you had sympathized with the people, right, and have an understanding of what the people are going through, and if you empathize with the people, put yourself, right, but you and your government, put yourselves in the people's shoes to have an understanding of what the people are feeling. But no, remember, you are not there anymore. You have long gone, take the ghetto off your mind. You now live at Beverly Hills in your 200 million posh apartment. And so then you are unable to empathize because that softness of empathy had long left your heart. Because now you start to feast upon the $1.7 trillion that missing from our treasury. You start to feast upon SSL as it relates to those people who had lost their money. But your wickedness did not stop there. You extend, you expound, you double down, you triple down on your wickedness. You decide that all was not enough. Come on, Nigel, we need to do more. So let us take the NHT money and put it in SSL. Let us take the head tax money, put it in SSL. Let us take the pension fund, put it in SSL. And now, you cross-carry the elites, Fernando's, crony capitalism, have the people money. And you and Nigel Clark shielding them because of SSL becomes a laundromat, you understand, for the government purposes and objectives that benefit you, the elites, and cronyism. Well, let me tell you something, Andrew Willis. Them say every day bucket go well, one day the bottom is going to drop out. People, I am saying to you, be wise, be smart, compare and contrast. You have Google search engine that anyone comes with lie, you can, as it relates to information at your fingertips, right? So I am saying to you that the general election, we are in a general election eve. You are going to get more lies to your ears. Titans will prepare for the uttermost battle because we are fighting both a spiritual and a physical battle. But let me tell you something, people. Titans have the energy to go beyond the fight. So we are here fighting, passing the information, processing the information, disseminating the information to educate, to edify that it is time come, black man time come for us to be delivered, right? Remember, consecrate ourselves from mental.
I'm show you the video today. You see why we go out and spend the money on $2 million cake and everything. Look what go on does today in a St. Elizabeth. Look on this.
You are somebody who's going to say what is going to happen. Right. I don't have the answers for you right now. But here you see, all of these people, they want pass. And you don't know what kind of emergency. Yes, because we have one to
right, you know, this are the PMP caretaker here, right? And start telling them, so, okay, them are black, but you know, make the car, because you don't want to hurt yourself no more, just give them one way. You see it? Then the government, the business, the people don't have no light, nothing at all. See, but you have a big girl and that does. You hear what 100 million does spend. But then people are suffer. Look at
when I have called the news station and asked them to come so that people can hear on the grouses. Yes, so that people can hear. But if you continue to block the roadways, what's going to happen is that even though you have a cause and even though you don't have electricity, and we know so now suffer because we know so the livelihood at stake. But if we don't find a way to express what we have to say to the right person, this is about all going in vain. We want pass because who really needs to hear what we have to wait. We have to wait and we wait there while when we're there. No, and that's all pass. But that's all pass. I call somebody. Okay. Come on. Okay, thanks. You know what with some other people? On not come with brute force because they will not move. If you see on my road, nobody can touch me. On can't touch you, stick them, but that yellow boy can't touch me. But the point is, we are not blocking the road for civilian like we come to speak to us. We are blocking the JPS contact to us and the MP. We are blocking the issue and the LD and the don't pass. And that we are blocking for. We are not blocking for spite anybody. And that you know say understand that people not blocking road for spite man now. You know too stupid. Yes. And we know the separation. Oh no, that can't separation you are go through. We not blocking road for spite. Nobody has never seen this happen before. Fish. Fish is some
of the people that have got through after the Chinese them celebrate. Them asking
people frustrated, brother.
Yeah.
People them frustrated, brother.
Them that cancel this not right me to you know. You just go sit down in a stadium and make the government grab almost 100 million because remember it cost that. Them not pay nobody. Them have the already and them have the music thing up there and then just put a little dirty thing King Dragon and then you have 400 million and spend them to spend that. I packet it.
We know.
This is shit.
We know so them steal taxpayers' money, man. Put on them big foolishness and people come laugh, you know, because them know say Jamaican people love laugh off of themselves too, you know, bro. You understand? Gone up in a them think them not going, bro. Them think not know them the people put on and them the people in a man. Me know watch them man or look on them the people, man. Believe what me I tell you, man. It's the clip what come up with golden and then we there. Me look on it, brother. You understand what me I say? But go back, wait. These people are crying. You go keep a gala. And now you don't tie in. You need sting.
Yeah.
So before you give some people some things.
Exactly, my brother.
Them have to go do this. And guess what? Remember, you know, Get off the view that the National Identification Registration Act to be declared what?
Null and
Null
void.
and void. Who said that? I know me, Brian Sykes.
Yeah, man.
Strike it down. It
You
is no law. It is null and void.
Yes. Null and void, yes, man.
You understand what I say? We have found that
Yes.
the mandatory requirement deprive the people of choice. That is, they were not free to decide whether or not to participate in that scam. So, oh no, you're gone back. The same thing what just strike down. You've gone back, gone tied to the people. And not that Brian Sykes just tied it down so the people and did not have a choice. Now some of them not have roof, they not have light, they not have water, they not have food. And you said before them get certain things, now them have to sign back to the needs. Now it's the same thing, you're going to tie back them to brother, they not have a choice.
And a fee money, you know. The man evil, you know, and a fee money. And by the way, 60 US. And you're going to tell the people them say, you know, you want this because you don't have no ID. Let me tell you something. So, you have a bank account, all the country around now. And the most important ID, not the dirty thinking, it's not for like your passport, the driver, that's when you're out there. Because remember, over them 2 days, you know, the passport, the driver's license. When you fly out, you can't use it. Your national ID, very important now because you move government. So you put that number 1 this and it's the way you have to. Yeah? The driver's license and the same passport. What you do with the needs? And by the way, the needs have the TRN number for it. You have to use the TRN database. You can't fly out on the needs.
No.
Oh, you want ID and thing, you can't take it and fly out.
You can't fly out pan needs and you can't fly out pan TRN.
Let me ask you something. If the needs so great and wonderful since sliced bread, how is it that US and them places now use it? We have a lot of identity theft in the United States. #1 country in the world. And all the first world country them now use it. If it's so safe and effective, why them not use it? And eliminate them kind of identity theft business and things. Prime Minister, you have that foolishness. That's not ready yet. Where someone shouldn't even borrow money to do that. Yeah? If you don't have your passport, you can't fly. And when you fly, if you want to rent a car, you use the NIDS and drive with it. Not a driver.
Yeah. You know want nothing more your passport, brother.
Tell him to go give the big boys them and give themselves the needs. Leave people alone, not take no needs, man. Run them.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
remember in a way that during COVID-19 and the force of the Prime Minister, mandatory force the people them to take a particular vaccine, you know, and enough of them dead, you know, as a result of that, you know.
Yes.
So
No, we don't call the name just a pandemic because them people feel so we are cut against them thing.
Okay.
Yes. So
This needs things it was mandatory to, you know. The needs thing when they push, you know.
Yeah.
Because some people, you know, would even face criminal punishment, you know.
Yes.
You have to pay money and everything. And then them
Yes, man.
everything for government, you can't get to use it. Maybe if you're sick and not for dead, you can't use the hospital. Them appear evil thing them do to the people, them and the people them not see it, you know. Them Jamaica have the most coke in the world right now per capita. In the awesome of a cherry garden and book and one of them place there. And up where lift to. Up in a Beverly's and them place there. The big boy, you think a joke? Me tell them, how much money but I quote them just fine? $12 billion in a one house. What I tell you? Me say just search US, you know, you go down there go search all of them big boy the house. The amount of things, hey, it's a coke industry around Jamaica right now. It's a coke shit, you know.
So who break that news away?
Which one?
The 12 billion why I said just break.
Just tell about them to call the name them and them thing there. Because you know what? All right, so them
I will send it to you, yeah.
Yeah.
The man up there, so. And when the man up there, so, you know, let me show you.
Yeah. No, send it to you.
I'm 5 man yesterday. 5. I'm going to tell you something because the man with them one up one of them. Them one up. Up there. May I show him thing?
Yes, yes.
One of them both man.
All right, you have it.
The same thing.
Yes, 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 brother. So we are saying
Farmers go over there to and do a thing. So him do the same thing. So up there, so when them all on the 5 man, let me tell Catch's bully this. You have one of them in there at 2 months in get it. I know film thing. Him does soon in the him up there, so him just get deep and him go on there. So can you have people like Burke and whatever, but them know who for place, them know this, them know who them connect, and them connect to politicians to him. Same, it connect to politicians too.
could this be a case? Could this be a case where the Jamaican authority was pressured by outside force to break this spine?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, I know where you go. And you're right.
Because Bailey them now let go up certain things so weird.
Yeah.
Those boys protected, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. See?
But we can just touch on something here if I may, you know, as it relates to Andrew Holness and how, you know, him really angle the citizens of Jamaica in a deplorable and uncaring manner. Now, as it relates to this money will come for the people, it should have never been. If we piggyback further in retrospect, we see the same type of arrogance, disrespect, and ruthlessness towards the people in Jamaica.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, man. So, but so as me said, now with them up there, so them hold the name and what have you.
Oh, like
When you say get deep,
Yeah.
now give him nickname. Me just show him some of that side I'm aware watching. Him them call him trees. Him get deep. So the $12 billion wouldn't even be free, man. Then you never have no place to go stay and stop off. Yeah, you know, you have people there where look out and things. So, but them know enough, no, because them have enough people there were connected to politicians and big boys and for them thing. You know, you have people that want for that thing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
saying by the search more of them hosted, the amount of tons of things you get it unbelievable. Unbelievable. See? If it was a little street shoot or a thief too good, if him get gunshot or him get all kind of things, they say them draw him name. One little name out in a paper and do all kind of things with it.
But these things are criminal acts, right? So why wouldn't you have mugshot and because if this was the US, you know, or Canada or one of those places, mugshot because you're a criminal. Yeah. This is a criminal offense. There's nothing in this to protect or hide. So why we hide these people?
Them do everything the drugs barring.
Eh? Why we hide and protect these people?
Yeah. And them friends.
Yo. But the solution to the problem. We know the solution to the problem. The solution to the problem is when they call it.
Yeah, exactly. The solution to the problem that
when they call it.
Then call it.
Yes. When them call it.
Yeah.
Because him a grown, you know, with him hanky panky, him gall and in this and in that.
Mm-hmm.
But listen to me. Boy, brother, you go get a beating. You go get a beating because you are going like the people then does not hear your brother. The people, you can't come back from the hurricane thing, your brother.
All right.
You cannot come back from it, brother. This was the last nail in your coffin. It no matter what you try to do. And the people, they might take it easy.
Yeah.
But you see the day when you call it, brother. You think nothing where you think you went puff up and swell up yet on the 26th of February. You come out puff up like a bullfrog. You know, puff yet, brother. Wait till you call it again.
All right.
Yes, Mystic.
Yeah, man. I am going to show you understand the people as it relates to the corruption, the deep corruption of this government. Now, we have seen that the United States came out, right, as it relates to the travel advisory. We only show certain things, you know. And so then, while some people who have been dieted, right, as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party can't do nothing wrong for them. Now watch this. What people need to understand, right, is that, okay, of all the information that they receive via social media, then why the first world country like United States supporting most of the perception over over the social media? Now, is it a perception that United States supporting or United States actually investigate thoroughly and realize that regardless of what the government is saying, the facts stand predominantly? Now, let us look. Let us look at the facts. We come from a place where we talk about cause and effect when we are doing our research. Let us look at the facts. Andrew Wallace-led government and Orchestra. So then let us look at the travel advisory. So the travel advisory in my left hand, we are going to dig the facts in our right hand. Now, the Minister of National Security came out and said specifically, with also Andrew Wallace, who boasted in Parliament, beat him chest, and said, this government, mean his leadership, has spent the most money on security and health. And he extended himself, right? No other government had spent that much. Now, Mr. Andrew Wallace, let us dig into the facts now. Now, so the travel advisory spoke of two categories, security and health. Now, let us dissect. Let us deal with security. So, Mr. Andrew Wallace, your government spent a total amount of $176 billion over the 8 years protracted period where you are concerned. $176 billion on security. Now, we have the police force still in short supply of service vehicles. You have dilapidated police stations, right? You have many of the police don't get them retroactive pay, right? And the list goes on and on. But not only that, let us look how your government measured up as it relates to the amount of money being spent, $176 billion in specific. Let us look to see the achievement as it relates to the performance of the government. Now, let us use a comparison. Because in order to understand, right, we are going to put you on what we call a bar graph. So this is how we're going to explain the bar graph. So we have Minister of National Security, right, at the topic of the bar graph. And we are going to have the columns as it relates to Andrew Wallace's tenure of leadership between 2016 to 2019. 2024 as we speak. Now let us look on crime using this bar graph. Now, let us make a comparison also with the previous government that you are taken over from. Portia Simpson-led government had handed over the baton of crime to you, leaving it at 1,208. 1,208 as it relates to the murder rate, right, in 2012. I want people to follow behind me on Google search. Follow behind me on Google search. Now, since you have taken over in 2016, Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Horace Chang, who bragged that his government spent the most on crime, $176 billion to be exact. Now let us look on your tenure. Now remember that Portia Simpson-led government only spent 1/3 of that. Portia Simpson-led government spent 1/3 of that and leave the crime at 1,208, specifically the murder rate. Now let us look on your big $176 billion where you spend. Your first year at the wheel, crime escalate to 1,600 murders. People need to check it. Google it. 1,600 murders. Now, from there, you have small reduction, and we can see that the bar graph start to show a little ups and down. But significantly now, on a consistent basis with 2021, 2022, the crime stat bearing 1,400 plus murder rate. And your government that spent, let me remind you again, $176 billion to deal with crime. Now let us push it further. So 2023, you even lied that the statistic that they came out with, right, in 2022 and said it was 1,400 murder. Indeed, in 2023, you lied about it. It was actually 1,500 murder. No, Prime Minister. No, Prime Minister. Right? Now, when you look at that, I am asking you, right, as it relates to the $176 billion that you spent, right? And the Portia Simpson-led government just barely spent $40 billion, right? $40 billion plus, and give you the crime at 1,208. Let me read the result of the bar graph for you. What the bar graph is showing, Prime Minister, that you spend more, a lot more, for less result. And Portia Simpson government spend less and get more result. Anybody in the parliament want to answer me? Any GLP member of parliament want to come out and answer me? So then, let me ask you a question. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, have you, judging your performance matrix, because if you are to use your performance matrix and deal with Jamaican people, we have you as a callous failure. Now let us move to health. So when United States look at it, and when you coming out and said you spend $176 billion, right? We can't see it in the police service vehicle. Right? Some of the police, they don't have no gun to take home. Right? All start to bang around dilapidated police stations. Right? So where is the $176 billion? How was it spent? So, Mr. Orstrom, you want to come out and explain, right, as it relates to you and your government, allow a forensic audit to deal with your expenditures as it relates to $176 million being spent and only see little result. And you failed in that performance. Now let us go to health. So then when United States done their research and done their investigation, now the United States have to agree with what being communicated over social media. Because obviously, based on your crime statistics that you are establishing, you were not able to reduce crime in any significant way in comparison to the previous government. And remember, you spend much more. So when we go to the health, now you have also spent a lump sum on health, leaving one particular facility as it relates to the Western Cornwall Regional Hospital, where a projected amount being spent as it relates to $21 billion on a particular project that gone nowhere. Now we have also seen where you have your cronies, right? People within your criminal network being placed on a particular site as the project manager that doesn't have any qualification to be a civil engineer. And yet, this man is a site project manager. So then let me ask you, Andrew Wallace, with all of these level of incompetence, right, where you have tertiary level people, the technocrats, have to be leaving the country and you replace them with riff-raff. Like you know who I am talking. You understand that man only have food and beverage certification. So then now we have a food and beverage man sharing out mortar and other things at our site and sharing out the money. Now, how much this man was paid? So you can see that the level of corruption as it relates to Andrew Wallace's government. So when Peter Phillips accused you that your government been hiring people and where your government been firing the professional people and you are putting in your people and pay them 3 times the amount of what the professional people were getting paid. Peter Phillips was right. Peter Phillips was right. Evidence number 1 that you cannot deny, when you have a food and beverage person who has no experience in civil engineering, how much money are you paying? And so then, because this is what you do, create your shell companies, put in your minions on those contractual sites, understand, utilizing our tax money. This is the way how you loop out tax money. Because, of course, the benefit, the spoils, being plastered over the mouths of the minions, causing the suffrage of the masses of the people, and particular them and those who voted you in. So when you look at the level of wickedness, when you look on the level of cruelty, I wouldn't be surprised that when Mark Golding goes in power, Mark Golding is going to realize that what you are bragging about as it relates to money in our reserve, we may not have any.
Broke.
But reserve, the money, about embarrass the money
I yield back for our next Titan to take over.
Yes, yes. So the money in the reserve. Barron borrowed some money into the $1.8 billion and put in the reserve, top it up. We have the most a general shipping going on with it. He just come with some can ship all the time. But yeah, we want them to free. Now we are saying it right now, we are continuing to this. We need the people them in the diaspora who are flying, or the people them in Jamaica get numerated. Because if you don't, you get numerated when a voting time, you don't have a vote.
Exactly.
Because no way. Shape or form, you can't leave Andrew on this. So we have some people to send up prison.
Really?
We need some people to send up prison. There is no way Andrew Poon is supposed to be, you know, prime minister with him statutory declaration to declare. No way at all. Yep. So when I need to get enumerated, and we talk in the hundreds of thousands. The one who not get enumerated yet and who, you know, reach voting age, I think. Yes. Yeah. And in another licky sell out business. No time for that. No time. The illicit yet still the right there. So this is a joke. Can't happen nowhere in no other democratic country.
No.
Only in a dictator country you see these things happen.
Exactly, Baba.
It's a control police from up there, so control the judicial system, control them lawyer, control the big boys them control him. Yes, kind of minions to them.
Yes.
But the rest of them are few minions. See? And them the business, them those things are 9 day one, and them just come and just ravish the place and do one bag of foolishness.
See.
Done with the garbage. Close out the garbage down. So get the people them enumerated. Them forgot, you know. By the thousands.
Yeah, we have to preach that now, Ian.
Exactly.
Not so.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not the mission that we depend, man. The mission that we have to depend.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, man. You understand? And I make him and listen. When they can't sell a vote, you know, when everything about slavery and anything there, nobody can come buy a vote. At least they save them for your money for your vote. That's for sure. For them take it for the lowest of the low. Them take it like nothing. Remember, oh, you forget a guy at work, a guy boss. And him now I come buy your vote, buy vote. And then you turn around and call him boss. That's for stop. Servant of the people, we not bow to them. Hey, them can't take a man like me, you know, because I remember I'm not bow to nothing, you know. I got Almighty to me say, you know. I got Almighty to say,
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Right there, sir.
We're not bow to man. You know, respect, give her respect, you know. So right. Some people have the respect and then run over the thing, you know, so we're not that. When it's wrong, we're going to call it out too. You understand? When you get enumerated. Because Andrew only have to leave from that. When he say, go. We know business, boy. Yeah. You understand?
Exactly.
We know business. Because enough of them, I remember the police force want to cleanse. Get rid of the politician them and then the police force act as a police force again. We say Andrew when this go around and go to some senior police and them thing. Me not talk no commissioner no, him not supposed to do this, you know. That's for sure when them go back home, when them go to them, then, yes, your honorable prime minister. That alone, when them put together, that for sure the state. You know, that a breach of protocol doing.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to report to him like a fiend. You know, like you have a vineyard and you work and you're the boss and you go there and you say, but you're a vineyard, it's a private thing.
Yes.
Yeah? And you go there and you say, what time you say, yes, boss, that me I do, me I'm going to sweep up there, so you're going to plant up them there.
Okay.
Like a real dictator now.
Yeah, dictator behavior that, man.
One thing to the other, it's wrong.
Dictator behavior.
Things put certain barriers, you know. So you have commissioner, you have DCP, you have ACP, you have senior soup, you have soup, you have deputy soup, you have assistant, you have, and you go right down. Same inspector, you have sergeant, you have corporal, you have the constable. So through the rank, and it go up the chain. And then them chat to Google, the National Security Minister, Dr. Crab. And then them brief cabinet or whatever, and brief the Prime Minister and brief the cabinet and so on. You know, suppose the Prime Minister going on, what is happening? And I promise you, Prime Minister, we are keeping, you can't do that. That's a breach. We probably never say that. You know, so, you know, idiot minion police, you know, wet way, you know. You know, puppet, you know. You need to stop it.
But if you notice it, they are not They're not speaking off of free will, because if you listen to them, because it is scripted, them have to try to go on the script, so them sound so fake. Going over the script and so nervous at the same time, like, because you know, and go say what you never told to say. You understand, and go catch in a trouble, because it's just one big show, bro. Wanna make no sense. That is not your role. That is not your duty. You are not the commissioner of police. You are not the national minister of security. So why are you going around and talk to these police? You are crab boss. You are the commissioner boss. You understand? So you talk to them. They will tell you what is going on in the force. It's not your duty to go in at the force, brother, because nothing on go on. I don't know war. I don't know nothing why they go breach them and rare and talk to them. No, this is all about some political stunt.
I'm still not great. I can hear this now. It's when you know the prime minister of country. Remember, you are the chief servant of the country. Still not called the servant, protect and reassure. You are chief servant. You get paid for this. Taxpayers' money are paid. You know your money not than them today, right? It's not supposed to be you can just call a man and say, "Bupa, you have them number." That means if I were there, me or Lied or Byron, you can just call and say, "Lock up loans." Which you're not supposed to have them talk. You know, if you not break the law, the police are supposed to hold up on you.
Exactly.
Other than to go lock you up, you know. Even the other day when break the law, other than the prime minister, other for look on people. That's not supposed to happen. A Jamaican then. If anything about land and thing, it go through the court. So
Yeah, man, the court gives the final.
About it. It's illegal.
Yes.
Ask. Said the government that we and order the police them to do that. I mean, I see the judge them get up and challenge him and say, no, you know, have them powers, nobody. You understand? Them things are wrong. It's wrong. Guy get over himself too much. See? Yes, like.
Yeah, just to, you know, bring a few things into context as it relates to the figures when Portia Simpson left, the murder rate statistic number.
Yes.
And the very first year under Andrew Holness regime, after, you know, spending all these money to shore up the security,
Yes.
it increased by 33.3%, you know.
Look at that.
One go, it increased by 33.3%. And that should have sent a signal to the Jamaican society at large, because he campaigned on these issues.
Yeah.
Sleeping with door and your window open.
Yeah.
And whenever the PMP in a power, you're liable to lose your life by a gunshot.
Yeah, man.
Than being hit by a bus or something like them sort of thing there.
That's what he said.
You understand? But we see where, you know, his numbers reflect the level of security that he offers to the citizen of Jamaica. Because you can't tell me that your number go up 33.3% in your first year. Where your crime statistic is concerned. That right away you should have lose your job immediately. That alone. Sure. But because Jamaican people does not pay attention to these type of numbers as it relates to what the society is all about, him get away with it.
Yes,
but these are numbers that are pressing issues. Because now we are suffering from a level 4 statistic in terms of US putting out that against Jamaica, telling them citizens not to travel there because level 4 crime and level 4 health and level 3 health. So now we see how much Jamaica has plunged into a precipice under Andrew Holness-led government. Because crime and health are two main factors that uphold your society. Your health system must be in good shape, good order.
Yeah.
The police force and the army must be well equipped and also applies themselves efficiently when it comes to dealing with the public. So I want to know if all this money that him invest in crime was to shield him and destroy the Jamaican public at large.
Very good
Because
question.
that's what I'm seeing in front of me. I'm seeing that in front of me. Because when you have a small Caribbean island with a fleet and number of helicopters where them currently have, but the hospital now have nothing, then it shows you where this government allegiance lies. It lies in protecting himself, reinforcing him troops, because he's on a war part of dictatorship. So everywhere he go, he dictate. That's why he could not leave the judge to deal with the people over Clifton, even if they were occupying the land illegally. Him have to take it on to himself to show this dictatorship role that he is fully in charge and he's capable of destroying anyone in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And there we have a problem. There we have a problem. Because this was not his mandate that he campaigned on, and certainly it was not his manifesto when he took office. Him say, I'm gonna move you from poverty to prosperity. Now I remember, if you piggyback into these people life, they are coming from a poverty background and they work hard, sacrifice, save their money and build up their house to gain a little bit of prosperity. But that was taken away in the twinkle of an eye.
Exactly.
When a government goes into parliament and put out a veto on people's life, and in less than 24 hours, he carry out the mandate that he speaks about in parliament and tear down the people's house. What that is telling the Jamaican citizens at large. This man have no consideration and no thought process for the common people in Jamaica. If you are not from the wealthy echelon of Jamaica, up from Fim side and some other mountain side, him never regard you.
Yes.
The common people is being trampled on a day-to-day basis. Him use even the same police force and soldier and trample the people them.
Yeah.
This is a replica of what Idi Amin carried out during his time. So we have to take all these factors into consideration, throw them in the melting pot like we Titan always do, and unravel them. We have to melt them up. We have to melt up these things. Because prior to me going off here, I was making a specific point as it relates to how him deal with the local people. One woman on charge over 700,000 for a little mass, not in her possession. But I see a big find of cocaine that the person only pay 1.5 million.
Look at that.
Or you quantify that in relate to the issues and the charge and the circumstance. How can you be charged over 500,000 for not wearing mask, but only 1.5 million for so much cocaine where destroy so much people? So now we look on all of these numbers and we see how the scale very much in favor of the big man and now have no weight to carry for the small people. The small people has been trampled on, crushed, and disposed of.
Yeah.
Jamaica don't have a prime minister right now, you know. I can't tell anyone that, you know.
No.
We have a poser in our office. We don't have a minister of national security. He's also a poser.
Yes.
So, you know, and those are the two critical areas of a country and the development. How well your prime minister can lead and how well your security minister can secure the country. We bother open up for all type of event coming in through. Guns, high profile drugs, exorbitant amount of pound weight, Nothing now come less than 1,000 now as far as me see. Everything I in the 4-digit bracket. It have a value billions, not millions anymore. And I mean, when you look at the wealthiness at Jamaica, it's only about 5 to 7% in that category that we can sustain this thing. So this no come at Jamaica for the small man. The small man will get the little pilferages. Will come out with them cook. I see it destroy a great icon. Richard Danny Germs Austin left this land because of the same thing. Drugs, cocaine, turn into crack. So it done on a wholesale basis and it come on the street now you can get up on a retail basis. Because the ghetto people can't buy the cocaine, you know. They have to buy the crack. So we know where it have fuel through the sector where it go through. Because we have people go up on the ground, see we are going at the hotel them. The hotel them are Saddomism. Sodomitism and coke party going in our hotel them down there. That's why them the want the common people them there because them are see too much and know where going. I mean the foreigners come them just experience where going and just go back. Yeah? So it's a whole heap of thing need to sort out in a Jamaica, you know. As it relates to what going on currently. It needs sorting out from top to bottom.
Exactly.
And I mean, we have some people that where we can't wait for the day when they're made accountable. Crutches bully. Crutches bully, we can't wait for them all you. Because you know about all of these things, you know. All you hell bent and you know, it's for just destroy the little people them. Because this thing come our country to destroy our country. The Chinese them are bringing all type of contrabands, all type of toys and all these things. We are not relevant to toys. They are sex gadgets. So you are making Jamaica a Sodom and Gomorrah city. For the big boys them come enjoy them type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Yeah. And we need some bodies of people like the church, them and these people. Because I not call upon no more sector. The one with me and name, the church. I want to know about these things too, you know. On the voiceless. Because I not call upon Jamaica for justice, you know. Because them politically aligned and staying with green.
Long time.
Understand? So, you know, but when you have, you know, breakdown in a society, these are the things you get. Where's the voice of the church in all of these? Aromatic make a very good point, you know, as it relates to the young black youths them being beaten and, you know, disappear. Maybe some of these things are going to Jamaica because them have a saying say, bend the tree from its young. So if you want to infiltrate the mind with something, you catch the young ones them. And these things should not happen in our country. We fight too hard to liberate yourself, to emancipate yourself.
True.
But now we find ourselves plunged deeper than where we are come back from. Because them time the Jamaica never have nothing, you know. A fight with something. Now we fight with something and attain something and this man come and take it from we and give it for free.
True.
And it hurt me to the core. I mean, it hurt a lot of people. You understand? Because who for benefit, not benefiting. And so this is just a sign of the things them that I can highlight to show the Jamaican people say, when the day come next year, September, as a matter of fact, don't somebody tell me a long time, get on yourself enumerated. Because the movement can only be accomplished when we get rid of Andrew Holness and the people them around him. And we don't just get rid of them and just tell them to go into the sunset, go retire and have a good time. We are all them in front of the right judicial system, put them on trial, Because them not different from the ghetto youth. You know? Remember them stealing of people. So you can't have no furniture polish and a dust them off and shine them down, you know. No, them have to go through the same process like what the ghetto youth them go through. And no identity, no fi hide we want know all who in a corruption, put them face to them name. And make sure no. Same institution where the youth them go. And that's how them fi end up. Because them worse than the ghetto youths. Them worse than the ghetto youth because the ghetto youth have been taking blame for these big men over the years. Been targeted and tagged of crime that they have never even come close to, much less be involved in. So we have to just make sure no, the priority is to get rid of the whole of them, wipe them out clean. Remember we used to go to school and write on with slate and then we clean with slate, you know, and get it back clean. And that type of thing them I want to see.
All right, slate come again, slate time. Arrow, come back, because we see the time, but slate time. Arrow, because I have to tell the people them have to get numerated and get numerated.
Yeah, exactly. That's the order of the day, bro. The order of the day is that we out here preaching it night and day. You understand? We don't have a role to play. You understand? And the role is to play is to numerate. You understand? Tell your brother, your sister, your uncle, your cousin. You understand? So this is the only way that we are going to be able to hold the government accountable. But on that day when they sound the trumpet and give the People's National Party a landslide victory. The landslide victory will give them the Senate, the lower house and everything. So when they go in it and set the rules them, the Jamaica Labour Party can't pussyfoot around. Man have to go to jail. Man have to end up a prison. We don't want nothing less than that. So are we the people have to stand up and give the victory. And if we give that kind of victory, then we will get the result what we want. If we fail to give that victory, then we just have to live with whatever we get. But the order of the day is to go out there and make sure that you are on the voters list for the next general election. You can participate and make your voice be heard. Take it away, my brother.
Yes. Mistake.
Yes, well said, or well said, lied, you know, my brothers. Now, we have been here, and of course, every week, it's a pleasure to talk to the people who continue to follow us, right? The Titans' mandate is to ensure good governance. The Titan mandate is that we are going against an oppressive government. The Titan mandate is to definitely educate our people as it relates to making an informed decision, right? And to ensure that, you know, being here, listening to the data, listening to all the information being processed, right? Collaborating them as it relates to the source of the information, right? That naturally resulted in facts, right? Now you have to make an assessment as it relates to time come and your readiness, right? To make sure that we are in an election eve. The most important thing is for you to stay focused, right? The most important things for us, right, as it relates to the Titan brothers, is that we stay focused and drive with one mission, right, to make sure that we are delivering the message, right, and make sure that we are anticipating the result in getting rid of a government that has proven to the entire world, not only to Jamaican people, the entire world, that this government is corrupted to the core. And I yield back.
Yes, ma'am. So we are wrap up in we don't know the Titans when I ramp around here, so. Yeah? All for one for
One for all.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
No.
man, that's how we do it, man, around here.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. We not have to know what to say. You understand? I
Yeah.
just
Man,
Like I said, blessed my brother. Take
Yes,
care of
man.
yourself.
mistake.
Yeah,
Enjoy
man.
yourself for the
Great
remainder
show.
of the week.
Great show tonight, brother.
Yes,
You know? Well delivered.
People, next